Hello and welcome to the 20. Hello and Hello and welcome to the 2025 JSRA season.
What a race this has been. But there is Dominic Charles now sitting in the slipstream of the Australian, maybe trying to see if he can force a mistake.
Oh, what a move by Moss on the outside of Jaden Harrison.
Hold them Kimani as the fans are out and about. John just closing off the gap to the Trinidadian.
2, 1, go. Fast, sharp right. Fast, sharp right. Sharp right. Sharp right. Listen. 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 6 of the Caribbean Touring Car Championship, and tonight it's a special one. We are coming to you live from the legendary Road America for a 1-hour endurance showdown that promises to test every ounce of focus, strategy and racecraft that these drivers must muster. We have a 1-hour endurance race, no mandatory pit window, but strategy will define the outcome. There also is no success ballasts round. The field is on equal footing. Expect driver approaches and full push or conservative strategies we've seen in the past. Drivers like Raven Plummer leaving it with just a little bit of a splash and dash, leaving it until the last moment for her to run out of gas, passing the start finish line and gaining positions in the endurance format. We have 6.5 kilometers, 4 miles of racing, 14 corners with long straights and heavy braking zones. Turn 1 is especially a key area to watch for, with bold overtakes early. The carousel into the kink, where there is going to be the chance between risk versus reward. I am Stephen Stewart, your host and commentator for this event, and joining me back, finally, back in the booth for the first, is it the first time? The second time this season, or third. A voice you've missed and a mind we all respect. Mr. Mark Ryu is here. Mark, welcome back.
And I'm excited for this fantastic race here tonight at El Cartney.
And what a race for you to join back. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about the strategies that you think are going to be employed here this evening. We've seen so many different attacks of how these drivers approach these races, especially the endurance versus the sprint. Riding along board now with Mr. Rohir Robinson, who we've seen in the past has made that funny mistake of running out right before and losing 2 positions at Monza in the last stretch of that. I think it was on last season, was it?
Well, to be honest, mate, it's been so long now, I cannot even remember. But yes, I do remember Monza, indeed. It was probably one of the, if not the, most craziest finishes of the season. And maybe we'll see more dramatics like that once again tonight.
Absolutely, and we have missed you, to say the least. We've had quite a few showdowns here, which I'm sure having your voice would have just amplified the whole experience for the viewers. But that being said, happy to have you back. What are your expectations here this evening?
Well, yeah, likewise. Yeah, it's nice to have you back again. I know, first time this season, since I think it was indeed the Monza race last season, last time I was here. And so I've missed the majority of the season, Stephen, but it looks like all of the folks that we know and love are at the top again, with Jaden Harrison leading the way and Rohei Robinson second, the 2 Jamaicans incredibly quick. But interestingly, Estefano Barrera down in 6th. a long ways back. So what are the expectations? Well, can we see the Noble Racing Store drivers try and return back to prominence? And what can we see from the Team JSRA drivers? Will we see Jaden Harrison once again go to the top of the podium? We'll find out, Stephen.
Well, the number one competitor for the Jamaicans this season has been the Trinidadian in Dominic Charles. So he's definitely somebody that we should look forward to seeing here this evening. He's been in every battle from the beginning of the season to the end. He is in the pits at the moment, so we'll wait on him to come out and see where. But he does sit atop the timing sheets. Kadeem Mohammed, who you should remember coming in late in last season as well, sits in P2 with a 218.584. Daniel Velez in P7, the Nova Racing driver. We should not be seeing Mr. Estefano here this evening, unfortunately, for personal reasons. We wish him all the best and hope for, a speedy return. But he does send his regards to the team here, as we see Mr. Rohe Robinson there going a little bit drifty, heading down into turn 3. What's that?
And that's unfortunate to hear. Estefano Barrera not coming in this time. He's usually all the way at the top battling with Jaden Harrison. So this is rather unfortunate to hear then, Stephen. But we have Riley Curtis, who I heard recently just won a race. 2, in fact, it shows. And he's in the top 10. What can the young Australian driver do? And of course, you mentioned Kadeem Mohammed. He was obviously in battles last year, but he got into one too many incidents, and unfortunately was never in contention for that title. But he nonetheless seems to have a lot of fun when he comes and drives here at the JSRA.
Absolutely, and we do have one returning driver who I haven't seen in quite some time, Mr. Emanuelle, somebody we've seen in the past. Well, I think he would be new for you.
No, he's not new for me, because I my very first time commentating out at the the Imola circuit way back on Chase for Pace last year, Stephen. He was in that race, and I do recall he was in the pink car there for Artito Racing, was it?
Right.
So I do very faintly remember him, but I think this is my first time seeing him in a CTCC race.
Right, he has been missing in action for quite some time. He's been in a Formula Series and has been doing quite well, so excited to see him back here, in the showcase here at the CTCC. He is rapid, and you will see him. He's fought with Rohe Robinson in the Chase for Pace Series, as a matter of fact, as well as Daniel Velez, so don't count him out. This is his first time driving the car. I believe he just downloaded it, as a matter of fact. But yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, we'll see how he can do as a complete newbie to the new cars then, and maybe even to Road America. I don't know how familiar he is with the track. So let's see if he can even get to the points then. It'll be very difficult with more than 20 drivers in the field.
Absolutely, the Bruneian driver is looking to make his stamp here this evening. Definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do, as a matter of fact. And we do have some new features, ladies and gentlemen. We have the driver cam. If you tuned in last week for our
Look at that.
Right, for our rally exhibition, we have Dominic Charles driving, but while we're driving, we're taking a look at Raven Plummer in her virtual reality headset, just giving us a little bit of a preview, maybe showing a little bit of her setup there. Let's not give away too many of our secrets here this evening, but we will be looking forward to seeing what can come in the next few moments. But these are new features, Mark, that I'm personally very excited to enable as we get the racing going.
I do like how this series, Stephen, is always innovating with its technology. So it's great to see that we might get some fantastic views tonight from these drivers, literally right from the headset, it seems. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely. Just a quick heads up, we did mention in the intro, there is no ballast. This is our endurance round, so this is a special event for this evening. We have one more endurance after this as a finale at the Sebring Raceway. This is the American portion of the calendar. So we have Mid-Ohio next week, and then we'll finalize the final endurance and final race at Sebring. Two very interesting tracks, to say the least. Any thoughts on the upcoming races?
Well, you know what, Stephen? I think it's interesting how the first half all European and then the second half American. I mean, Mid-Ohio is always an interesting track. Some of these are IMSA tracks here. This one's an IMSA track, the next one, and Sebring. So I see a very much IMSA theme here, which I love. Those that know me know that I love the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. Yeah, Sebring ending on an endurance race, that's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
And Mid-Ohio will be an absolutely fantastic round as well, I think, because you get those very interesting corners. I think down to China Beach, you have a really interesting braking zone, the keyhole, a couple of straights. It's going to be some interesting overtaking opportunities, I think, there. So I'm excited. I hope you are as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, good.
And we do have some new features that we're looking to enable for next season as well. A whole new series that we'll be looking to kind of break the monotony, give the drivers a little bit of fun. As you know, we have the LMU Sprint Series going on, which is a prelude to our Endurance Series, which starts in about a month. So definitely looking forward to what can come there in the next few moments. But right now I am just excited. We're going racing. We have new competitors coming in and preparing for the next seasons to come. We have a lot in store, and I just can't wait.
You know, Stephen, I cannot wait either. And I know I've been away for so long, but I think the next 2 or 3 races, barring anything changing from work, of course, so all the real life stuff going on, should be available as well. So I would be extremely happy to join for those things. LMU, I've heard, has been a good success so far in that endurance series.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, not just commentating this evening, but Mr. Real will be the leading safety car in theme safety car. I don't think we released our season in the yellow theme, so please look out for a ceramic hair safety cars all for 2025. Hopefully we won't need any ceramic hair coating before that.
Watch out.
I remember at a point I was deemed the unsafety car because sometimes I'd have to be going through the driver briefing while doing the safety car duties while handling the stream. So definitely looking forward to having you here on board with us here this evening, Mark.
We may get a bit more continuity this time. We don't get the break off right away at the beginning of there's no second race tonight, but we won't have to break away right before the beginning of the race. So it'll be a little more seamless, a little more exciting and dramatic, and we'll definitely know what's going on, especially if anyone crashes out on the first corner. It should be lots and lots of fun, and I'm excited. I just hope I don't crash.
I'm sure you won't, bro. I'm actually looking forward to it.
So am I, mate. I am also looking forward to leading the pack away and nice steady 80 kilometers an hour around, or I guess in American freedom units, 50 mile per hour.
There you
go,
buddy.
Road America circuits.
There you go, man. I am anxious to say the least, ladies and gentlemen, and we are gonna have split qualifying beginning in a few matter of moments. The bronze class will be leading the pack. The first minute will be going to the bronze class setting up their cars and preparing for the race to begin, followed by the silver class. By 10 minutes they'll be out and running and preparing setting their laps as they will be preparing to go racing. So right now Dominic Charles does lead the pack, following Kadeem Mohammed. Right behind Dominic is on the hard tire. Very interesting. So that's going to be
There's only one left on the track to really finish here at the end of practice, and that is Rohei Robinson, in fact. So, this should be the final results then of practice coming in, Stephen, of which I look on your screen, it hasn't shown up, but on my side it showed for Dominic Charles, it was a 2:18.470 at the end of practice.
No, he had actually said that a little bit ago. He's still on the track, finishing up his final lap. I believe he should
he
be.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he should
I think
be.
the track map was wrong then. It said 5 on it, and so I thought that meant 5th place, but maybe that's something else.
Ah, okay.
I think that's why I got confused. No, Dominic Charles is the one on the lap there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll send him the live timing so you can keep updated as well.
Yeah, that's right, folks. I don't have the live timing yet. That's why I got confused. I was fully using his view. So, and he's coming in anyway. So, yeah, Dominic Charles leading the practice then, going into qualifying. Not that practice really means anything whatsoever. But it's always an interesting first look at maybe how some of these drivers might be feeling.
Absolutely. So while we head into this next session, it should be beginning in about a minute time. I'm gonna just go and rally the troops, so please feel free to take the take the mantle.
Take the reins.
Right? As I just go and lead out the other drivers.
Okay. Well, chat, again, we would like to make sure you follow the socials at JSRA Official. You can follow or indeed subscribe, like and subscribe at JSRA876 on YouTube, the Jamaica Sim Racing Association. If you are here right now, smash that button. But also go to the JSRA Official Instagram page. You can go and follow there, and that's also where you can set your driver of the day vote. We would like to hear from you after the end of today's endurance race. Who do you think was the best driver of the race? It doesn't have to be the winner, just who do you think performed the best today based on the circumstances? We'd like to hear from you, and we'll be announcing that probably in the next day or two whenever they do that out on the Instagram and on the Discord. So we're getting ready for qualifying. Stephen is getting folks ready for qualifying, and once again, he is at the reins today. He's at the controls. I'm the one running the safety car. So yeah, that is what we are going to be doing. Hopefully it works out well. So if you're watching over on maybe on my Twitch page, Mercurio45 there, which, by the way, Kenny Monster, thank you for stopping on in. I know you came in for a few minutes before bed. We thank you very much for that. We will be watching there for the chat. And also on the YouTube side, we'll be watching there. I'm trying to bring up the YouTube side, but we were having a bit of issues before we went live there. We couldn't find the live stream link. It should probably be up now. If you're watching this, you're in the right place. So yeah, we'll eventually get that. And so hello to everyone on the YouTube side then. So yeah, you are listening to me being in the color commentary role tonight, not the lead. Out on track we go. 20 minutes on the clock. This is split between 10 minutes. You heard him say it already, Stephen. There was 10 minutes for bronze and 10 minutes for silver class drivers. There's Chris Elliott heading out onto the track in the Alfa Romeo, which is an interesting car choice there. You might see 50 minutes. That's just because they've been waiting in the pits there. Once they come back round and actually start the flying lap, they'll actually be timed and scored. So everyone else who is not in, I believe, the bronze class of drivers, they would be sitting in the pits right now. And then afterwards we'd get the silver class drivers, and they would set the remainder of the field. But regardless of which class you are in, it is not split between that in the starting grid. So no matter if you're silver or bronze, you will be sitting where you place with your timed lap. So it's just a matter of making the track a bit more clear and allowing some of the not so experienced drivers to get a clean lap in, not be in the way of the faster drivers and so forth. So that's what's going on now. Let's see what's going on out on track then. I have my view that you guys can't see, and there's also the view on the stream for Stephen's view. So we'll go and we'll take a look around and we'll see what's happening at the current moment. So once again, the practice, it was first place Dominic Charles, and then a 10th behind that was Kadeem Mohammed, and Riley Curtis came third, 5/10ths back. Again, that doesn't really mean anything at the moment, but it is interesting in terms of the you know, what we might be able to see later on. Going past is Chris Elliott going past Iman Ryan there, and he's about to start his first flying lap. And we also have Shashawn Falloon out on track as well. Riley, no, Riley Curtis is in the pit.
Sorry, so we are riding along board now with Kadeem, who
Kadeem Mohammed.
Yeah, he is the first bronze class driver. I am back, by the way, Mark. Sorry to cut you off there.
No problem.
But right, we've seen Kadeem mixing with the silver class since about round 2, round 3. Had a little bit of a third time in round 1, but round 1, after that, he's just been stepping in with a certain level of dominance, and has been fighting with the silver class drivers, as we've seen with Estefana last season. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do here this evening, but he is leading the bronze class qualifiers, or racers, let me say, for the season. Emanuelle Ryan is right behind, with Chris Elliott right not too far behind as well. I believe the only other driver from the bronze class is Mr. Falloon, Shashawn Falloon, who still hasn't done impeccably well, but still making his way
That's
downtown.
one way to say it. That's one way to say it, I suppose. But Shashawn Falloon has had little moments there where he's broken into the top 10 and we're like, oh, he might be able to do something, and then never really came to fruition.
Absolutely.
So maybe at some point he can get something.
I'm sure he is rapid, especially in real life. Just needs to make that change and adapt to the qualifying, the simulator a little bit more. But right now, Kadeem Mohammed is the one setting the lap ablaze here this evening, and he is looking rapid. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Looks like he has quite...
Oh, but then Ryan took it back at 48.4 as well in sector 2, so Ryan is also doing okay, not as quick as sector 1, but let's see when Mohammed comes to the line here, how will he set the pace?
Absolutely. So as soon as Kadeem passes, I'll ride along board with Iman, because they look absolutely rapid here as he comes around the final stretch, goes under the billboard and passes the line with a 218.635. So that time is indicative of what we've seen here this evening. Iman, though, not looking terrible, looking very rapid, and he comes across the line.
Hit the grass a bit. Hit the grass a bit, but Ryan's second. Quite a bit
It
off.
was a green sector 3. However, that, as he said, him touching the grass there kind of threw his lap out of the mix. So 1.2 seconds down is Emanuelle. Chris Elliott as well, a few seconds down, about 5 seconds down. So Sean Falloon looks like he invalidated his lap. So
well, I don't think Chris Elliott was really going that quick in sector 1 to begin with, so he's probably just working his way up. So we'll see in a couple of laps maybe what Chris Elliott can do. Obviously we know he can go a lot quicker. And then Shashawn Falloon looks like he's out on the track now going as well. Four cars really with anything to say at the moment.
Well, still looking forward to seeing what they can do. Right now, the battle is
Kadeem Mohammed just did a 50.4
right,
sector
so
1
2
now.
tenths clear of his purple sector 1, and still having a dominant showcase here as he's still going rapid in sector 2. But Iman looking like he might have something to say. Looks like he might have a better sector 2 to Mr. Kadeem here. So we'll watch and we'll see what happens as they continue their battle.
Oh yeah, you saw him just wing it around here right under the Johnsonville Bridge there, coming up to this long right-hander. So let's see what he can do then coming up to Canada Corner. He has the kink coming up.
Stream is in public.
Ah, that's why we can't see the YouTube stream. Thank you very much for that information there, Jaden. That's Jaden Harrison in here, by the way. So Jaden says the link is not public for YouTube, so that's why I couldn't see YouTube side. So that makes a little more sense then. Hopefully, Stephen, you can fix that. That's your end, mate, unfortunately. So let's just continue as Kadeem Mohammed crosses the line. 2:18.301 now, and so he's very much clear of Iman Ryan, who now should be coming up to the line now as well. He is, and he's going to cross with a 2:19.447. He's more than a second back of Kadeem Mohammed. That's what we're looking at right now with the bronze class. Chris Elliott, though, what can he do? He's still way off at 2:22 for him. And that's how we look with these four drivers at the moment. DeVille, Perk is not out on the track. Neither is really anyone else I can see. We only have, we only have about maybe 14 drivers or so at the current moment that's in the server. So a little less than I was thinking. Yes, Stephen.
Sorry to cut you. We're gonna close the stream and restart it, okay?
Yes, okay. Folks on Twitch side, just stand by for a moment, okay? He's gonna restart the stream. Don't go anywhere. Okay, go ahead.
Please give it a second. Please give it a second. Alright, it's loud.
Welcome back, everyone. If you can see the stream again, thank you very much for waiting. We're coming into the final minute now, is that right, Stephen, of our qualifying for the bronze class drivers?
Yes, Mark, and again, huge apology to anybody who did not miss or did not get on to the stream. We've been in the full qualifying session. We have the final 30 seconds of bronze class qualifying now as we speak. Unfortunately, the stream was set to unlisted, which is why we've missed out on the majority of the stream. So huge apologies there to our fans.
YouTube, at least, yeah.
On YouTube. But that being said, we are now in the final 13 seconds. Drivers should be coming around to finish up now and get their final laps in before the silver class goes out. So looking forward to seeing what can come, and we'll get started. Just give me 1 second. 10 minutes now, Mark, so the silver class should be heading out. We'll just finish up with Mr. Kadeem and the other bronze class drivers. 2 seconds off is Sashawn Falloon as the silver class.
And they're all headed out into turn one, the silver drivers now, Stephen, as I watched them go around turn one, and everyone was pretty cordial about it, which is good. I was thinking maybe someone might try and bump their way through, headed out to the pit lane, the tiny little choke point that you have right before turn one. But everyone's headed down nicely, and those bronze drivers will be finishing up right about now. It looks like Kadeem Mohammed has taken the bronze class very easily. I have lost communication with Stephen there, but
no, I'm here, Mark. You took over, so I just
there you were.
Everybody else,
I wanted to make sure that you could hear all that. Iman Ryan has just came into the pits. He is done. Kadeem Mohammed, I think he's coming in now as well. Chris Elliott, Sean Falloon. So Mohammed is 1.4 seconds clear of Iman Ryan so far. Again, this is just the bronze class. There's 4 drivers only in bronze class. The silver drivers will now fill up the remainder of the field, and it'll be a lot more varied.
Mark, I am just making sure the YouTube is working, so you can just take over for me for the moment, okay?
Sure, no problem, mate. I'm absolutely making sure that we got everyone here. And it looks like someone has already crossed the line. I don't know who it was, though. And they're starting their flying lap now. Rohei Robinson is on a flying lap. And it looks like following behind, Luis Daniel Velez. They're all in a big line together. So we're just watching them right now as they head down around. Oh, someone has actually stopped back there. I don't know who that was. It was in a red and white car. But coming towards the final corner now is indeed Rohei Robinson in the lovely Jamaica flag livery car, I must say. He used to have the grey car, now he has the lovely green and yellow Jamaica livery car. So he'll cross the line, and there we are. We have started off the silver class qualifying now. Again, none of these laps that are coming through are correct yet. We have to wait until they complete another lap here to have that be shown up under the best lap side. So let's see what DeVille Park is doing. DeVille Park coming down in formation, coming into what is that, turn 3 now, just past the sign. They're headed towards the Sargento Bridge, which is, by the way, just fantastic cheese. You know, Wisconsin folks, they love their cheese. And they'll head down now, down the long straight, lots of straights on this circuit, down to what I like to call Corvette Corner coming up. You have the Corvette Bridge, and then what I like to call Corvette Corner right after that. And you have the American flag there on the left. Fantastic place to watch cars come up the hill and make the kind of tricky left-hander. And then they'll take their way down towards the Johnsonville Bridge there. So he's headed into that right now and round, and he's taking it nicely, no off tracks. If you do get an off track though, your lap will be invalidated, so just keep that in mind. No one wants to have an invalidation, and obviously during the race I think you get as much as 5 track cuts before a drive-through penalty as well. So that is something everyone needs to look out for. Coming into Canada corner now is Rohei Robinson, and taking a really wide line out there at Canada corner. I guess that's within track limits, but we have very easy track limits with the real penalty app. So into the final corner now. Let's see what Rohei can do. Crossing the line, he is clear of all traffic. Plenty of room to the Nova Racing Store driver behind. Coming up to the line now, what can Rohei Robinson do for his first official lap time? And it's second place at 2:19.059 to begin there. Dominic Charles crosses with the purple sector 3, and he's only half a second back of Kadeem Mohammed now. So they're finally starting to work their way in. Then after that we have Jaden Harrison now, third place, 2:18.971 crossing the line. Rohei's now 4th, Dominic Charles is 2nd. Then Iman Ryan is now 5th. Luis Daniel Velez is 6th from Nova Racing Store driver team number 1. We now have 2 separate Nova Racing Store driver teams. Then it's Roger Keller in 7th, who we haven't really said hello to yet tonight. Michael Thompson in 8th, DeVille Park 9th, and Kimani Eastman rounds out the top 10 with a very distant 2:21.439. 3 seconds separating the top 10, that's quite a bit. Might drop down at some point. Raven Plummer is actually, hasn't set an official lap yet, but it shows in last place, 14th. Only 14 cars in the server here tonight, so a bit of a smaller race.
And that it is, Mark. Still, I think one of the lower turnouts, as a matter of fact, but that being said, it's still not void of talent. So we'll definitely be seeing what can be done here. Raven hasn't gotten much practice in, so we'll see what she can do. We've seen her in the past put on quite a huge showcase, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom right. That is her point of view as we ride along board now with Dominic Charles, who is not looking rapid. He's 5 tenths down on Kadeem Mohammed here. What is going on with Dominic Charles? Kadeem, again, this is the second week in a row where his pace has just taken over.
It's really only 1 lap, Stephen. I mean, come on, you still have a couple more laps to go here. Don't sweat it yet.
One more lap after this.
I think, mate, he will try and pick up the pace on this and the next lap. Let's just wait and see. A lot of drivers with green sectors 1 and 2. So, mate, let's not jump the gun yet, mate. Let's see what he can do. Rohei now 2nd place and 2 tenths back. So it's getting quicker.
Absolutely. Not saying he's not going to win or take pole. Just saying. Kadeem has set a rapid lap for a bronze class driver.
I must say, yeah, for Kadeem Mohammed, considering his bronze class, he is showing his pace throughout the world there. So I have to give props.
Absolutely.
There's Jaden.
Right. Jaden there with a 2:18.1, so only a tenth off of Kadeem
Off
Mohammed.
the grass is someone there in front of Dominic Charles, one of the Nova Racing Store drivers. Don't know who that was. They're off at turn 3 and then back on. That will invalidate their lap. Oh, okay. It was right next to Dominic Charles. I don't know who that is.
Right. Well, we'll move on.
Yes.
2 minutes to go in qualifying session here this evening.
No time for that.
None whatsoever. 2 minutes left.
Oh, Rohe will be the first one to cross the line. Is that correct? Or who is the first one to cross the line?
Well, right now, Jaden is setting a purple sector 1, so he's looking like he's finally going to be rapid to get this one done. Rohe will be the first to cross the line, followed by Dominic Charles and Daniel Velez right behind. But right now, setting a lap ablaze, improving in sector 2 and a purple sector 1. Jaden is looking like he's going to be the man to beat. Dominic has not improved in sector 1, and sector 2 is not looking rapid either.
No.
Same for Daniel Velez. So Rohe Robinson, we're right along board with him. He has improved in sector 1 and in sector 2. He's about 2 tenths down, however, in sector 2. So that still has some work to do. But he is going to be the first driver as he hunts down sector 3 to see where he can put that car.
He's gonna get provisional pole until at least Jaden crosses the line, because a 48.1 sector 2 is blazing fast compared to Kadeem Mohammed. So absolutely, he will be the first one. In fact, Jaden and Rohe are matching pace here, apart from a couple of tenths from sector 1. So crossing the line now, then Rohe, he is going to pass and go second with 0.094 off of Kadeem Mohammed. Oh,
Dominic is right behind and did not improve Daniel Velez as well.
Here comes Jaden. Jaden crossing the line, getting the slipstream. Jaden Harrison, he is going to cross the line and get provisional pole, 2:17.841. Huge.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first 2:17 for this evening. And Raven Plummer comes around P9. Who else is on track?
Nowhere close.
And
nowhere close. I think he's got it. I think Jaden's got it there. I don't think anyone else has a lap now, do they?
No, everybody should be heading back into the pits now.
Oh, Jaden Harrison again.
Right now, as Mark said, Jaden Harrison looking like, well, has taken pole position here after a very rapid 2 tenths clear of the field. Kadeem Mohammed, bronze class driver, 2:18.043, has shown his dominance in the bronze class this season. I know Estefano right now would have been right there in the mix, trying to see where he can throw a wrench into these persons' excitement. But the top 3 separated by a mere 4 tenths, so that is going to be interesting in the moments to come. Rohe Robinson and Jaden Harrison, the 2 Team JSRA drivers, are locking out the podium with the Bejon in Kadeem Mohammed in P2. Dominic Charles, who we've seen in the past have some very awesome race starts. We'll see what he can do here this evening to see if he can jump the gun on the Jamaican in front of him. Even the Nova Racing driver and Daniel Velez started P6 last week. Mark, he finished on the podium in the races, so not last week, sorry, the week before. So he's also a driver not to count out. His race pace is always better than his qualifying pace, and this is going to be the battle that we will be watching and waiting for between Dominic Charles, Jaden Harrison, Rohe Robinson, Daniel Velez, and, well, Kadeem Mohammed is in the mix as well, has right now the second fastest time of the week. So that's going to be...
Absolutely. But Dominic's still crossing the line. I don't think he realised that he's supposed to go back to the pit. So a couple of people are crossing the line. So now it shows Dominic in P2 and Kadeem Mohammed P3. There, Stephen, is this correct?
It looks correct. It could be that they passed the line after the time had elapsed.
I think so, because they were still pushing as you were talking there, and I was wondering, did they have a flying lap? I saw green sectors going.
Well,
Luis Daniel Velez is 5th. We'll validate and find out.
Right, so we'll definitely be checking that in the
The
post-race
server
training,
is allowing it.
right? I am getting checkout flags now. I didn't have it before, so maybe that's why. So maybe they did actually catch it on time. So, but either way, we'll double check that at the end of the race and just make sure that they cross the line before the time has elapsed.
I went off what you said.
Well,
I went off what you said, so I had no idea for sure. But that shows Dominic Charles 2nd then with Jaden Harrison now, and that's going to be a fantastic start then.
so, ladies and gentlemen, right now we have one Jamaican, one Trinidadian, and one Bajan driver. Top 3 will be running this evening's podium at the start of this race. Looking forward to seeing what can happen as Rohey Robinson sits right there outside of the podium. And we know him to be one to just throw a little bit of extra drama here. 218.016 for Dominic Charles, 218.043 for Kadeem Mohammed. And this is going to be the battle to watch here this evening. And I am definitely, ladies and gentlemen, looking forward.
And well, I'm looking forward to leading them away here in a few minutes. Right after they get back to the pits, we all get organised to go. That should be real exciting. Would you like me to go over the overall qualifying positions then,
Sure,
Stephen?
please do. I will be getting the drivers ready to go racing in the meantime. So please feel free. I wouldn't mind.
All right. So again, as they come back to the pits now, in P1, it is the JSRA team driver Jaden Harrison with a 2:17.841 leading the field for this endurance race. He is a 10th, more than a 10th clear of Dominic Charles, who is P2, who got a 2:18.015 on his final lap of qualifying. Kadeem Mohammed will be P3 from Barbados with 2/10 back of Jaden Harrison, a 2:18.043. Then Rohey Robinson will be in P4 with a 2:18.137. Nova Racing Store driver Luis Daniel Velez will be in 5th with a 2:18.574. In P6 will be Roger Keller with a 2:18.708. Kimani Eastman will be P7 with a 2:18.875. That's the second back. And Michael Thompson will be P8 with a 2:19.084. Raven Plummer with a P9 start. I don't know if this is going to play into her strategy call for the race, but it's a 2:19.109. We've seen heroics from her before. 1.2 seconds back for the American driver. DeVille Park will be P10, 2:19.319, 1.478 seconds back of Jaden Harrison. Then to the final couple of drivers, a smaller field today. Iman Ryan from Artito Racing with P11 2:19.447. Kurt Moss will be in P12 with a 2:19.911. That also was a final lap, lap there. Chris Elliott will be P13 with the 2:22.260, and Shashawn Falloon will round out the field with a 2:24.902. So Shashawn Falloon at the end, and 14 total drivers here in this race. Folks getting their setups ready now. I'm getting ready to go for my lap around the field as the safety car, and I think Stephen is getting ready to go as well.
Yep, I am back, and not to say anxious, but I cannot wait to see what is to come, to say the least.
Me too, mate, me too.
Even that beautiful yellow livery out there for the first time for the season, ladies and gentlemen, which will be driven by, as Mark said himself. And I, for one, am very excited to see what can be, what's going to come here this evening with the driving in store for us.
Indeed, I am set and ready to go in my simulator. I hope you're ready to go on the broadcast, Stephen, for this pretty historic moment.
Absolutely. So I think you know the racing procedure. You are supposed to drive through the middle, but looking at it now, it looks very narrow. So I do implore you.
Yes.
Be as careful.
Do you want me to drive in the middle?
You could go around them. That's fine. I won't penalize you for this one.
Okay, fair enough. Well, either way, I don't want to hit anyone, so I will make sure I'm out of the way.
Absolutely. I'm fine with that one for today. So no problem there, sir.
All right. Well, let me know when you're ready for me to go.
Well, you have 30 seconds to go before we go for the rolling start. So,
all right, after the lights. That's right.
Yes, sir. And then once you pass, you'll be maintaining, and this is for the folks out there listening, the safety car will be maintaining a speed of 82 kilometers, which in American stats is 50 miles per hour. We have 6 lights on, so in about 10 seconds we should see the first light coming on right there now. I did mistime that one, but right. The safety car driven by Mark Ryu will take the lead and lead the pack here this evening as he begins.
Okay, I'm going to go on the grass side just to be safe.
That's fine. And the safety car is overtaken on the grass, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a lawnmower. That is an official Porsche.
Look at that.
So he will be maintaining 80 kilometers per hour here this evening. And the drivers will follow suit.
Oh, look at you, Jaden, coming right up on my earth. Look at that.
And we do excuse for the language.
Oh, excuse me. Well, coming up on my rear. How about that?
Much. Thank you, sir. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going racing in only a moment's time. And right now, as Mark settles the field, I'll just go through quickly. As you see the drivers in the background just setting or warming their tires, my apologies, in the rear view. But Jaden Harrison does lead, the only driver in the 217s. Dominic Charles there sits in a P2. Kadi Mohammed, bronze class driver, sits in P1 in his class, but P3 overall. Rohit Robinson sits right behind him. Did complain that he didn't have pace this evening, but as you know, Mr. Sandman himself comes with his excuses. They go around single lane file up until the black flag on the real penalty console. Daniel Velez of Nova Racing will be racing without his teammate here this evening. Unfortunately, Stefano out because of personal reasons. Sits in P6. Roger Keller, the Swiss driver, the man, the myth in that Toyota Corolla rainbow theme, is hunting down the likes of the Nova Racing driver. Kimani Eastman has been missing in action for the majority of this season. Looking forward to see what he can do here as he sits in P8. Right behind him is his countryman in Michael Thompson in P9. Raven Plummer sits in P10. Neville Park in P11. Emanuelle Rayan, who is a returning resident here of the GSRA, sits in P12. The Bruneian driver looking to make an impact here. Looked rapid early but didn't find the pace. This is his first time driving the CTCC cars. Right behind him is Mr. Kurt Massive. Moss, my apologies, but Massive is our nickname for him. Chris Elliott sits right behind. Kurt, I don't believe did qualify, so we'll see what he can do there.
No, it's all right for me. Well,
okay,
it got a little choppy.
Right, but it's back and no need to worry. So Chris Elliott sits in P14. Sashawn Falloon in P15. Riley Curtis just rejoined the server. I think he'll be trying his best to try and catch up to the pack as quickly as possible.
Yeah, not much time.
Not much time at all, because it should be getting black flag in a moment's time. Yep, we have black flag.
Also, you're on the track, by the way, Stephen. Your car is at the end of the final corner. I can see on my track map.
And I absolutely apologize for that.
I'm just making sure, just in case, we don't want another incident like at Qatar last season, like with me.
Right, and okay. That's very
good.
Thank you, sir.
Good thing I warned you.
Absolutely. I pressed the button, but clearly it didn't go through. So, hey, thank you, Mr. Ryu, and we'll get back to. Well, you should be heading back to the pits now to allow the drivers to prepare
if I can speed up. Okay.
Yes, you absolutely can. And at this point, you see the aerodynamics of that Porsche. Turbo S safety car, sponsored by our team there in Ceramic Hair. Very appreciative of them and what they've done for us here so far in getting this league to where it is.
Understeered a little bit, don't mind me. Oh, but that's okay, I'm ahead of everyone now, it doesn't matter. Right, off I go into the pits, we're ready for racing here, Stephen, are you ready?
Absolutely. Riley just came out on the driver comms, but that being said, we are about to go racing. Jaden Harrison leads from Dominic Charles, leads from Rohey Robinson.
Coming up the hill now, ready for an hour of racing plus a lap. Don't forget the plus a lap part of it, per zeros. And we're going to be in for a fantastic race tonight.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
And right now the battle is on.
Green flag, away we go at Road America, round 6 of Tour 2 of the JSRA CTCC. And off they go down the main straight, Stephen.
Well, Dominic immediately went right in the slipstream of Jaden, trying to pull away as quickly as possible with the likes of the Jamaican. There goes Daniel Velez. We did say it. He is rapid on race starts. He's fighting with the Jamaican in Rohey Robinson. Right behind is, right in front, my apologies, is Dominic Charles, who did lose out a position to Kadeem Mohammed, the bronze class driver. Wowzers, Mark.
What a fantastic start. Everyone is keeping it together. Look towards the back of the field. Look at P11 there with DeVille Perk and Kurt Moss. And look how close that is. They all go down the long straight to the corner now.
And this is where I get a little bit anxious going down that hill.
Really wide.
You do have to brake a little bit earlier. Luckily, no incidents there, and this has been a relatively, let me not jinx anything, and as I speak, there goes Kimani.
He's been going really wide there, and he's been wide on a couple of corners, and he falls back to the back.
Well, that one was unfortunately a hit by Mr. Park on him coming out of that corner, wrong place at the wrong time, but from P8 down now to P14, unfortunate for him there, but Rohey and Kadeem Mohammed now. Daniel Velez has moved up into P3, Mark.
Daniel Velez is doing fantastic here on this first lap, and look as they go round and round the carousel is what they call it, coming up to the kink, and look, we have side-by-side action here, and Kadeem lets Rohey Robinson go through there for P4, and that is a fantastic start for all these drivers.
Absolutely, and this is where the camera kind of plays a little bit of extra fun in it, because now we can be watching multiple drivers at the same time, as we have Michael Thompson there in the background. We'll switch over, and he is in his own battle, being chased and hounded by Emanuelle, 2/10 off of him, so that's going to be very interesting to watch in the moment. With that being said, the battle is on. We've gone through, are almost about to finish the first lap of this evening. Jaden Harrison is running away with this one. It's about a second clear of Dominic Charles.
And don't forget, you can use the boost. I think people are going to try and use it out of these corners here, and I reckon we will see that after some of these long straights. And look at the slipstreams that some of these cars might have as well to help with the speed. Absolutely. This is going to be real interesting.
Roger Keller and Kurt Moss just had a drag race to turn 1, and Kurt came out on top of the Swiss driver, and he just went late on the brakes to make that move stick. Maybe use some hybrid, as you said, Mark, and that was to his benefit here this evening. So he is the first driver that we've seen definitely improve from that. In your bottom right, you will see the point of view from Raven Plummer sitting right behind Roger. So he is well, these guys are going to be watching this battle, and she's just going to be waiting for her moment to shine as the battle goes on. Emanuelle around the inside of Michael Thompson, going down the well,
by side action up ahead.
Absolutely, and that is Kurt Moss looking to see if he can pounce on Kadeem Mohammed. Remember, Kurt did not qualify, so he started in P14 or P13. I believe it was P14 behind. And
well, Jaden Harrison to the lead at the end of a couple of laps in, Stephen.
Absolutely. Rohey Robinson is on a rear of the Nova Racing, as well as well, is that Kurt Moss on the rear of Kadim Mohammed. So these drivers are definitely looking to put some action here early. We are only 5 minutes into this endurance. I don't know why, it felt a little bit longer there.
Oh,
Mark.
there he goes. I
Started again, basically call it last, and has found his way up right behind the best of the rest. But Kadim looking like he's using a little bit of a hybrid as they head down now. And right here, who is late on the brakes? You have to be so
Well,
close. Rohit, and there goes the move to move up into the final
Rohit.
podium position. Rohit Robinson.
Brilliant move.
Absolutely.
Brilliant move.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic. P2 through P5 just battling it out together on the track, and not everyone leaving the space to each other. Rohit was a lot more clean, I must say, but that was an interesting hit there that we saw there with Roger Keller and was it Kadim Mohammed, Kurt Moss. That was a little bit naughty, but either way, looks like ahead now for sure is Kurt Moss.
We will definitely look back at it at the end of the stream, but for now we just look it and take it as Robin is racing. The drivers do get penalized in post-race stewarding, so we'll leave all those remarks to the end. But that being said, we are watching right now as Michael Thompson as well hunts down the likes of DeVille Park. 5/10 is a gap between them. Kadim Mohammed though, Mark, is still hunting down the likes of Kurt. Kurt trying to break the slipstream, and there he goes. And as well, right behind them is Raven Plummer and Mr. Roger Keller. Raven looking like she's getting the move done on the Swiss driver as they head down.
Oh, we have another touch, and off he goes, Luis Daniel Velez, and he's into the sand, and that was ahead of what you might have been seeing there, Stephen.
Absolutely.
And that was a hit there. Oh my goodness, Velez is way back to the back of the pack now, and nearly goes into, I think, Roger Keller.
No, that was Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson, excuse me.
Update us. What had happened there?
Well, I saw he hit him off the track going into turn 1. It was clear as day, and it looked like, well, I don't think it was malicious, but it was definitely definitely silly, I should say. It was silly.
While we go through that, we're seeing, and there's an incident. That's Emanuelle. And this looks very scary. That looked very scary. As
I see his smoke and he's coming back on the track. Oh, that was very close. And that was a huge 2, almost 3 car incident. Wow. Iman Ryan now shows P9 after all that recovery.
And guess what? Raven Plummer, who started in P8, is now in P3. Where's Kurt Moss?
Where's Kurt Moss? Kurt Moss is just getting back on the track. He's hobbling back, and he's being passed by everyone else. So Kurt Moss, he might be out of this race. He might have been collected in all that fray there. Oh no!
That is pain, suffering, and strife in the best. He's driving very slow. That doesn't even look like damage. That looks like frustration. But hey, that being said, we'll definitely look back at it.
Dominic Charles coming on him. Oh, sorry to go back to the action so quickly, but it's all so quick. And Dominic Charles is right on the end of Jaden Harrison now. Wow, this is looking very interesting to the final corner. He might be able to pass him here on the end of the next straight. We'll see if he uses some of the boost.
Right, and while we're watching this battle, in the bottom right of your screen, Michael Thompson is looking like he's trying to make that move side by side with Mr. DeVille Park. And DeVille hasn't given this one up. Ooh, and there's going to be contact. There's going to be contact. And that is contact. And that is a safety car, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's a safety car. And in I go. Oh, wow. Safety car. Off we go. Whoa. Big collision on the final corner, and I couldn't even see who everyone was. That was quite something. I'm on the track and I'm catching up. Everyone follow me. Going through turn 1 now. What a huge collision, Stephen. I think Stephen's rallying the troops. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Stephen's listening, but if he could show the safety car, we're coming round and we are coming up to the front of the field now. Everyone's slowing to 50 mile per hour or 80 kilometers an hour. Kurt Moss just got a drive through for speeding. I don't know if it was for speeding or for something else, but Kurt Moss from bad to worse now. Everyone please let me through. Thank you very much.
Just allow the safety car to lead the pack. Who else
Thank
is
you very
front?
much.
Staying at 50 kilometers.
And I'm now in front. Good.
So
There we
safety car
go.
will lead at 50 kilometers. Safety car at 50 kilometers.
Oh, yes.
Right.
There we are. Sorry.
Kurt, are you rejoining, Riley? No. Alright, so we'll have one more time. Riley, are you joining?
What'd you say?
Are you rejoining?
What do you mean?
Are you in the pits?
We're in the back. We're in the back.
Oh, okay.
Are we okay?
I need you to unlock yourself, please.
Okay.
Please.
They're
So
doing
you can
it.
overtake and then rejoin at the back of the pack, okay?
If you can hear in the background, folks, people are doing the. Well, they're getting their lap back. Something had gone wrong. Oh, and there goes Riley Curtis. So
Right, just
we'll have to
trying
wait for
get
him.
and safely, obviously.
Are we good to speed up now?
Speed up. The safety car is going to maintain the pace at 50. When Riley rejoins, then the safety car will pull away, okay? And then the leader will get control.
Okay, are we 50 kilometers an hour or mile per hour?
50 kilometers, bro.
50 kilometers. Okay. Should be about that.
Most likely next lap. We need Riley at the back of the pack. So
So, folks listening
drop
on the
speed to
stream,
30 for me.
30.
Mark, 30 kilometers.
Okay. So I'm slowed down a bit then. I'm trying to do that manually as I don't have that on my wheel, but 90 mile per hour, 30 kilometers. There we go. As we try and get everything back together. Thank you, Jaden, for helping. I think he's trying to push the pace. I cannot do that. But wow, what a race we've had so far. Still 46 minutes to go.
Alright, Mark, you're going to maintain it at, you can even slightly slow it down a little bit. We want to go back racing on this lap.
Okay.
Don't do it too dramatic though. Just slightly slow it down.
Slow it down. I'm at 15 mile per hour, so
15?
15 mile per hour, yes.
You can bring it to 20.
20? Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to go back racing on this lap. Once Riley joins on the back, we're gonna send you to the pits, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, I'll be right back.
How exciting. Yes, I see Riley Curtis coming around. He's trying to catch up as quickly as possible. It's so interesting being in the safety car this time, folks. It's not the same as just commentating and watching and talking. It's a very different experience. But once again, if you are just joining us in the coverage today, Jaden Harrison is leading at the moment to Dominic Charles. Rohei Robinson is now currently third place. And so, all the usuals up at the top, with Kadeem Mohammed fourth and Raven Plummer up to fifth now with a huge start in this race. After starting P9.
Alright, Mark, you can pull away for me, please.
I can pull away, okay. And Jaden Harrison, it is on to him to lead them to green as he's still weaving and looking to get his
80
teeth.
kilometers. You gain control when you come out of the final corner, okay? Please bear in mind you can't speed up and slow down. So if you go past 50, you cannot go below 50. Alright? Once you don't have to. You just cannot pass it. But you have to maintain a consistent speed. No slowing down and speeding up. As a reminder as well, once you come around the final corner,
I'm coming into the pit lane now. They're headed to the final corner and we're getting ready to go back racing. Okay, so Jane Harrison now coming up to the final corner in the lovely green and yellow Jamaica livery car. And I think he's starting to go. Yes, he is. Back to green flag racing here at the JSRA. CTCC. And look at Raven Plummer pulling all the way to the right. It looks like they're 3 wide now as they start to pull on through. And look at this. Wow, Iman Ryan is in it. And Luis Daniel Velez is in it. And coming down to T1, this is looking very, very interesting behind. And it looks like they're all going to take it single file. They all find their way through. Oh, that looks a little dicey there for a second, but they managed to get it sorted.
Absolutely, and again, sorry, I didn't even realize that the mic was open when I was giving the instructions there, so my apologies there. But that being said, I am happy at the restart. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would have been. Because those tires would have been icy cold, but at the same time that would have helped some of the drivers who decided to go along.
Big dive on there, and wow, a switch back with that, and that looked almost very, very bad. But it thankfully did not turn out to be the Nova Racing Store driver there. I think that was that Luis Daniel Velez, was it? Completely dive bombed the corner there. Was that turn 5 or was it turn 6? But yeah, that was quite interesting. He's now slotted in P5.
And
looking
there he
now
goes back for
again.
another dive bomb on Emanuelle, the Brilliant driver, though not giving it up. And he goes back for the switcheroo, goes side by side now.
No, he pushed him to the outside.
Yes, sir, and this is where he has entitlement to that corner. Will he be able to hold his line?
Yes.
And Daniel looks like he gets that move done and dusted. What a move there by
leaving the outside at the kink, and I think that's the good. That's a good move because it keeps him in check behind him, and it looks like he has the speed. He's defending the inside as he should be for Canada corner, and he has to keep it, and he will keep it. Very good defending from Luis Daniel.
We'll get the inside line now because there goes Emanuelle. I thought I saw the switcheroo come, and there he goes later on the brakes.
He pushed him. He pushed him off the track there, but I don't know, man. Did he push him off or did he go off on his own?
I think he just went off on his own. Kadeem Mohammed, though, just waiting on his moment to pounce. Daniel Velez goes on using hybrid now. I'm sure the three of them and Raven Plummer right there waiting for her moment as she goes now on the offense and goes around the outside of Kadeem Mohammed, heading down the straightaway to turn 1. This is good. I'm praying that
look at the slipstream. She's going for it again. Is she going to get it though? I don't think she has any room.
Yes, she does.
No, she does not. She's going really wide. She's going really wide. I don't know.
2 positions though, and
she's still getting hounded by the folks behind. But that was a fantastic move by Raven Plummer. I thought she was going to go straight off at turn 1.
Absolutely, and that was a move. We should see her point of view from this because I can imagine how epic it must have looked in that. In the virtual reality. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look in the bottom right as we go with the POV of this Plummer right there in the middle of the action. Goes late on the brakes. Look like she got hit front and back.
I was trying to see if the stream was okay on my side there, Stephen. I was just resetting it from my iPad, so I didn't see that, but yeah, it looks like Raven Plummer is okay, but I didn't see what the collision was.
Yeah, just a slight touch to the back by the brilliant driver in Emanuelle, but she did go late on the brakes as well. Maybe was pushed into Daniel Velez slightly. Nothing too dramatic, but still a little bit of damage to the front and the back. May end up hurting her top speed here this evening. But hey, let's see what can be done in the meantime. But while this battle has been going on, the two up front who have literally just been by themselves all race, even with the safety car, now sits 3/10 between each other as the battling continues with them. Wowzers.
Well, they know how to do a good restart, Jaden and Dominic, so I am not surprised in the least at that. And so, yeah, a few tenths or a couple of tenths separating them. They're going to run together probably for a long time up until the pit stops, unless anything dramatic happens, Stephen. Yeah, Rohei Robinson, he sees them in the distance, but he hasn't gotten into the slipstream of them, so he's too far back.
Well, I don't know. This has been the likes of Rohei for the past few races. He's just there sitting, but right now, Emanuelle, my apologies, is looking. We saw Raven there in her POV, looking in her rearview mirror, looking at Eman pulling up, so maybe he saved some of his hybrid boost, right, for that moment. That is a moment. It's almost like DRS, the amount, especially with the help of the slipstream, just helps him to pull along.
If Road America had pushed the purse or DRS, this
that
would be
the
it,
moment.
right?
Absolutely.
That is how you would see it in real life as well. Just do it down the long front straight away, and that's always an easy way of doing it, getting that position back.
Absolutely.
My apologies, on this
but
track,
there has been a switch in the top step because Jaden has fallen back to P2. My apologies for missing out that one.
Oh, me too. I didn't even see until you mentioned it. Yeah, they must have switched places there, so must have been a little cheeky overtake, but they're still together, same amount of length back.
Absolutely. And we look forward to seeing what they can do in the next few moments, because they have put on a show every single event. Estefana being the only one missing. Rohei not too far off, 2 seconds. So he still has some room in this war. But there you see Jaden just pushing the likes of that Toyota Corolla through the corners as they will be going tooth and nail to the end of this race.
So, that was just the server there. Rohei, for whatever reason, his ping maybe it's a little high. I noticed he was going off and then it popped back. But yeah, Rohei still looking to catch up to his fellow countryman Jaden Harrison. Luis Daniel Velez is kind of on his own, and then Iman Ryan is trying to catch up to him, and so it's evenly spaced kind of there into Canada corner now, and I think we're settling in now to the race now, Stephen.
Absolutely. And again, what happens now though is because that 2 second gap has dropped down to 1.6 at the moment. So we'll continue to watch that gap between these two drivers, between Dominic and Jaden. But right now what Dominic doesn't want is to be sandwiched in between the two Jamaicans, because they are teammates here.
Kadeem Mohammed pursing now Raven Plummer, and there he goes on the long straight, easily takes it with presumably the boost, Stephen.
Absolutely. And we just took the camera off of them as well, so unfortunately we missed that battle. But right, 1.5 seconds is the gap now, 1.6. Dominic does not want the likes of a Jamaican duo hounding him for the top step or even for the P2. So we know, we've seen it in the past that these two can gain or help each other in the race and then fight it out in the last few moments. But Jaden Harrison there just hounding the likes of Dominic Charles, who was a little bit later on the brakes there. Looks like he very good with the brakes. Jaden Harrison looks on the inside, nowhere to go though. So he backs
But he has no room. He has no room on this section of the track. He needs a wider section.
Right.
He needs something like what's coming up at the carousel to maybe make the move. Right now he's just kind of falling in behind and waiting for his moment.
Well, can I say, I think it's a tactic. I think it's just to remind the driver in front, hey, I can send a move if I want, and it can be dangerous. It's up to you if you want it to work or not. So, you know, it's just to make the driver in front of you think a little bit extra here, and that I think is what he's doing. We've seen Rohei do it, and you will see them back out even earlier. So it is just a tactic, but there he is, 1.2 seconds. This is his teammate right behind him as well. So we'll continue to ride along board to see what can happen here, because these drivers are at it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just takes a look just to remind you, hi sir, I'm here for the day and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, Rohei is definitely going to look for them to fight each other. I think he's already getting up closer to them, excuse me. So I think for that Jamaican driver, he is very much enjoying this battle in front. How about Emanuelle Ryan? I mean, we were talking about him in qualifying. He just set the purple sector 2 with a 48.1, and he is actually now catching Luis Daniel Velez. Is this going to be a little surprise tonight, Stephen? Oh, have we lost Stephen?
No, I'm here. That would be absolutely epic because from P9 to P5 would be absolutely amazing. Who is that dropping?
Went really wide. Whoa, went really wide. Just as we talked about Ryan and
Mohammed and Roger Kello have been found in an incident.
And Plummer, yes, is stopped on the track. What's happened to Raven Plummer? Now she's headed. Now she's going again. I thought she had blown the tire or something. She's continuing. What happened?
No,
we're gonna have to look on replay.
Right.
Do you want me to look at what? Do I even have replay capability?
You should. Absolutely. Yes, please do and share your screen. Maybe we can show it to the audience to show what had happened there. But we're not hearing anything in the driver room, so maybe nothing. Not sure. Not sure.
You know, mate, I'm not sure either, and I don't know. I'm going to go and take a look though and see what maybe might have happened to Raven Plummer. Well, Stephen will continue with the live broadcast as I look this up.
Absolutely, I'm watching along to see where the battles are. Michael Thompson sits in P8, right behind the likes of DeVille Park and Kimani Eastman. Kimani Eastman has made back up some positions. Sure, he's very happy where he is right now. Started P8, moves up to P6.
Oh, here it is. Sorry, continue, Stephen. I think I found the incident.
Okay, and folks, we'll try and find a way to just make that scene for you. In a moment's time, just give us some time to.
Oh, went right into the back of him, of Kadeem Mohammed. Oh, on the front straight, went straight into the back of Kadeem Mohammed, and she pulled over to let him go by. A true sign of sportsmanship, and a huge collision was behind from Kadeem Mohammed. I think that should have maybe even been a safety car. I'm not sure.
Was it 3 cars?
Well, I am going to take a look from Mohammed's view. It was at least, yes, because considering Raven Plummer was a part of it and collected one of the other drivers, well, let's see here. Are you looking on the screen?
No, I'm watching the race right now because Jaden Harrison is sizing up Dominic Charles. I think not really looking to put a move on him right now. Kadeem Mohammed is in the pits. Looks like he may have retired from this evening's race.
Yeah, Kadeem had a huge collision.
Oh,
let me know when you're ready and we'll show you what happened.
And so is Raven heading into the pits now. Is she fixing damage? As this
this is pit stop for damage. Yeah, pit stop for damage for sure.
Do you want to see in front of the safety car? In a second, I promise you, I'm gonna look as soon as I can. Just battles are going on, but no, Raven does disconnect from the servo, and that is tears, if I do say so myself.
Oh no!
Another driver here in the 1 hour endurance special event. Sad to see, but it is a part of racing, unfortunately. But that being said, let me see if I can get the replay on there, Mark.
Are you ready to play it? I'll show you what happened from.
Just give me a second there, and I'll let you know when I'm ready.
From Kadeem Mohammed's point of view. Oh, I just feel terrible for Kadeem and for Raven Plummer, and I don't think she meant to do it whatsoever. It looked completely accidental.
Yeah, most times we don't think it's in, you know, it's we don't think it's anything.
Oh yes, well, especially with Raven Plummer, we know how such a good driver she is. She would never do such a thing. For sure.
Exactly. So it is unfortunate, and I'm sure we'll hear about it later in the cool-down room. But that being said, let me try and pull up your chat while the race has kind of settled down a little bit.
Yeah, nothing crazy at the moment in the live view that I see on my iPad here. waiting for Stephen. He's setting it up
on the full screen for the audience to see. So just give me 1 second there, Mark. Trying to get everything set up.
Can we look at maybe another one of the battles going on then, as things are going on? Let's go ahead then. Just give me 1 second.
With Michael Thompson right now. He is.
Yeah, they're quite close. Look at Thompson. Actually went
side by side.
Yeah, it was quite close, but it looks like who was that? DeVille Park managed to keep the place. So yeah, leading the field is a Toyota there leading the field then, and second place with Jaden Harrison, and third place Rohei Robinson. And we haven't talked about Rohei too much, just that he was behind Harrison really most of this race, just battling it out. Luis Daniel Vella's fourth, and then in fifth place there we have Iman Ryan, which was really a surprise we've seen so far in this race.
Alright, Mark, we have the replay ready, so anytime you're ready to go. So
I
ladies and
am ready.
gentlemen, in your bottom right you should see the replay option available as you still watch with the battle, but you can just walk us through what had happened, please.
So here it is then. This was Kadeem Mohammed and Raven Plummer. This is the moment that happened at 4 times speed here, and Kadeem Mohammed right on the front straight away. There's Raven Plummer onto the back, and boom, a little hit like that, and into the barrier he goes, Kadeem Mohammed, and boom, a big hit against the wall. He spins around a lot, and then he collects a driver behind, which we will see in just a second. They were battling here, and here it was, boom, another big collision, and another 2 drivers involved, and then boom, another 3rd driver involved. That's what happened there. He did get back to driving quickly, so it was really only a 2-car incident, but that is why then Raven Plummer pulled over to the side, let Mohammed go through, and then they both went back to the pits.
Could you play that at full speed, please? Just so
Absolutely.
we can get a real-time reference on what had happened.
Absolutely.
While we've been watching the replay as well, Jaden Harrison has lost that gap to Dominic Charles. Now is following by 2.2 seconds, 6 tenths between Rohei. But as you can see, there goes Raven. Looks like it might have even been a little bit of internet lag. Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah. Ouch indeed. Oh,
And
what
that
a
is
shame.
heartbreak. That is absolute heartbreak.
And Plummer pulled over to the side because of that moment. And so that's why when we saw her stopping, we were like, oh no, what happened to Raven? Well, that's what happened to Raven. This is Raven's POV, and it looked like nothing beforehand. I couldn't find anything that had happened beforehand that, you know, maybe it was anything intentional. It looked completely unintentional, but just came up the back, and then boom, and that was it. So, yeah, just really unfortunate. And then you see the carnage behind there. A couple of drivers lucky to get through, like Roger Keller, for example.
Right.
Oh, not Roger Keller, excuse me. It was Thompson getting through.
Right, because Roger
very
Keller was a
luckily.
part of that incident, as a matter of fact.
Yes, he was. Yes, he got
heartbreak.
collected unintentionally. Yes.
A heartbreak.
So
for
that
them.
was the moment. Yeah.
Well, that
What a
was an
shame.
interesting feature there, Mark. I do think we can use that a little bit more in the future for future reference. Because we do
Absolutely.
sometimes. Maybe you can even look back to see what had happened there between Jaden and Dominic, because while we were looking for the replay, there a gap built between them of 2 seconds. So not sure what had happened there, but we can definitely, if you have the time, please feel free to.
Yes. Jaden Harrison, you want me to look?
Yes, please.
Absolutely, I will take a look in the replay. Just give me 1 moment to do that.
Absolutely. As we ride along board now with Rohei Robinson. Michael Thompson in the bottom right. He is one of the closest drivers, but as a matter of fact, between these two Jamaican teammates, Emanuelle is now only 8 tenths, so right under a second behind the likes of Daniel Velez. Daniel was
speeding
sitting
up
on an island by himself, but clearly, and there you see him going extremely wide. Is he feeling effects from the tires already? 25 minutes remaining. We have, well, let's see what can happen here, because that's very interesting as these drivers continue their battle here this evening.
It looks like the gap just built on pace alone from Dominic Charles. That's what it looked like in these first couple of laps, looking on the replay side. I don't know if there was any particular incident, but I didn't see him get close at all. I just saw the gap build and build and build, Stephen.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, that explains absolutely nothing. But
I mean, I'm looking in reverse, and he just gets closer and closer and closer, and I don't see any contact or whatsoever.
Right.
So I cannot chalk it up to anything else.
I'm so sorry to cut you though, because as we were watching for that, you can see Dominic in the bottom right, but Emanuelle, purple sector 2, improving in sector 3, right there on the rear end of that Noble Racing driver in Daniel Velez. So Daniel feeling the heat here this evening as this endurance. Now maybe Daniel at this point was looking to do some form of saving, and that has just opened the door for Emanuelle to just enter and say, knock knock, who is there? I am the brilliant wicked. But he's definitely hounding the rear end of that Colombian. 8 tenths slower in the final sector, but clearly has found some pace here this evening. Looking forward to see what he can do here in these next.
The fact that we're over halfway through the race already with so much action going on, this is fantastic to see, and I think we're getting some pit stops now. I see DeVille Park coming into the pit lane. Here we go for strategy time.
Absolutely, and speak of that, I'll just share quickly because I believe Michael Thompson as well is in the...
Indeed, yes, right behind. Michael Thompson is in the pits right now, and he got in his pit box first because he was at the back of the pit lane, and at the front of the pit lane is DeVille Park. How close will they be headed out of the pits after their one and only pit stop for tyres and fuel?
So Michael is leaving his pits. He does have red front wing or front bumper damage, but decided not to fix it as he heads out to the pits. And
he's going first. He is going well first.
Yes, he is.
DeVille Park. And is that a switch then for position or no?
I believe it is, but
I believe it is too. DeVille Park is P10 now, and P9 is Michael Thompson. That is a switch on the pit stop itself right there.
Will it bear fruit in the long run? We saw in the last endurance, Dominic Charles was in the lead, pitted, and fell back a few positions and did not gain back. So will this be undone for DeVille Park in the strategy? But that being said, we have the Bruneian driver still hunting down the likes of the Colombian driver. Looks left, looks right, goes on the outside. Now, will he break early to try and do the switcheroo? Will he have the time? No, he will not. So right now, Daniel just placing that car exactly where he needs to place it to keep that race going on for the foreseeable future.
Emanuelle, he's really exciting right now. A little mistake.
Huge lockup.
Oh! And he managed to keep it. I thought that Ryan would pounce on it, but he decided to brake. He didn't get the line, and probably would have went into him if he didn't go off, and that could be why. And oh look, Jaden Harrison in the pits.
That is Jaden Harrison in the pits. Did want to say something, but he is the first of the top split to pull the trigger. But guess what though, DeVille Park, who did lose out in that position swap, is right there on the back of Michael Thompson. What is going on there?
So this is just on pace alone. I'm looking at the splits, and DeVille Park took a green sector 2, or that was previous lap, now it's a 49.8. Thompson 50.5 sector 2. So that is definitely a difference. And so DeVille Park quicker in pretty much everything over Michael Thompson, and that is why they are catching up now, and they're right behind here. 0.3 it's showing. Oh, really wide is Thompson.
And we're back with the action again with Iman and Daniel, as Iman was trying to get a move around the outside. But Mark, while you have your screen up, I'm gonna just continue to showcase what you're seeing, just so we
That
can.
one's swapping between drivers at the moment, seeing everything that is going on, and there's lots of action around the track here. Well, this Ryan one that we've been looking at, this is clearly the closest and most interesting at the moment. And then Shashawn Falloon and,
Chris Elliott.
or excuse me, P7 and P8, Chris Elliott, that one, Chris Elliott might be catching as well, perhaps. So we'll see if that becomes a battle at some point there.
Absolutely.
Poor Roger Keller, unfortunately, he is now, I think, lapped, is he not? And so, yeah, P6 coming up on him now, and so traffic is important, and
My apologies.
something's happened.
Iman and Daniel went in. Iman looked like he had the move, but went wide and off the track, so maybe something had happened to force him off there. But
Well,
no.
there's a big gap now, so obviously it was on Ryan's side, it seems.
Let's see. But that being said,
Oh, here comes Ryan. So,
Back.
okay, strategy time. Is Ryan doing a good move here, trying to go into the pits with 18 minutes and a lap to go, Stephen?
well, let's see. Maybe if you can't pass on track, pass on or in the
On
pits.
strategy.
But
Yes.
guess what? We've never seen Daniel lose out in a pits battle, so we'll definitely watch. But guess what? Dominic Charles as well is in the pits, and he is going to be hoping that Jaden Harrison does not come around and pass him.
There he goes. Dominic Charles is out of the pit box, and well,
Is
he's
he?
showing
No,
P6.
he's leaving. Jaden Harrison has undercut Dominic Charles again in pit strategy.
Because it is a massive gap right now. Because so hang on. So, excuse me. Rohei Robinson is showing P3 on my screen. That's. Or it was, no, that was on the other tower, but it shows P1 in the bottom left for me as the leader, and then Luis Daniel Vela is second place. Yes, that's correct. And then Kimani Eastman, who hasn't pitted yet, is now showing as P3. Am I getting that correct, Stephen?
Absolutely, with Jaden Harrison in P4, right ahead of the previous race leader in Mr. Dominic Charles. So this is going to be battle on for the next 16-17 minutes, Mark. And who will be victorious here? Only time will tell.
Oh, little tap there on Michael Thompson. DeVille Perk being a little naughty with it, but I don't know if that will just be chalked up as a racing incident. But that was interesting down the main straight. That's way back in P9 and P10 though. Yeah, but the strategy, like you said, Stephen, excuse me, so do you think this is good for Jaden Harrison, the way he did this?
Well, we've seen it happen and play out similar in the past, where Dominic goes into the pits and stays a few seconds too long, and it costs him the race lead, and not just the race lead, but the win. So based on what we've seen before, it could very well have gone in Jaden's favor, but who we need to watch for right now is Mr. Rohei Robinson, who is entering into the pits. And where is Dominic Charles on the track right now? He is finishing and entering into sector 3 now. So
Yes,
right now
Canada
it's
corner.
right, this is going to be the race now. This is where you're going to see, did he drop one place or two, as Daniel Velez goes on to continue this race. And we have a new race leader.
I mean,
Rohei Robinson still hasn't sat in the pits as yet, so this looks positive for Dominic for now. But let's see. Mark, sorry about that, go ahead.
So Rohei's in the pits now. Rohei Robinson,
And he's
is
driving
now
out.
leaving his pit stop.
Ooh.
Yes, there he goes. So crossing him, Jaden Harrison now ahead of him, and it looks like P4 well too far back. Kimani Eastman there, and I must say Kimani Eastman, maybe he's playing this well also. Well, no, he's in the pits now. Okay,
Well, we will-
P5. Do you think he's maybe gained a couple places off
We'll
that?
watch to that soon, but right now, Dominic Charles has been undercut by the two Jamaican drivers. Jaden Harrison, who was about 3 seconds behind, is now up by, what is that? 9 seconds on Dominic Charles. And Rohei Robinson 6 seconds behind Jaden Harrison. So this is absolutely the worst possible outcome for Dominic Charles here. Hopefully now well, Daniel Velez is the only other driver. I don't believe he was in the undercut window because he was about 10 seconds behind, if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, with Kimani does come out to the pits in P5, so yes, he has gained he gained one position from the pit.
Kimani did well with that.
Absolutely, on the medium tires though, but the two drivers behind him are also on medium tires, so
everyone's on mediums right now as far as I can see, except Dominic Charles, who's on the hard
and Chris Elliott, so we'll definitely watch to see what happens there. But right now, yes, I agree. If Rohir Hermi Kimani, who immediately, as was going his chat, the Brunion in Emanuelle has found himself on the rear end of that Hyundai Elantra, and he has been the driver that's just shown himself all evening. And now Kimani has to go defensive. He did make up one position in the pits, but clearly not enough. Did Eman go for fresher tires? Maybe.
I have no idea what Roger Keller's doing. He's not letting Harrison go away. He's out of the fight in P11. I don't know why he's trailing him like this. There's nothing to fight for.
We'll watch and we'll see. As long as he doesn't make any funny moves, we should be fine. But that being said, Daniel Velez is in the pits now, ladies and gentlemen, and he is...
Oh, nearly off the track goes Shishon Falloon at the kink, and that was nearly a big mistake for him in the Subaru. And looks like Chris Elliott's battling up for him. That's going to be for P7 up ahead.
And listen tight, because right now Dominic Charles just squeezes through to pass Dominic Charles at the pit exit. So Daniel only 4 seconds in, but yeah, that was close. It looked closer, as a matter of fact.
Rohey Robinson P2, Jaden Harrison P1. The two Jamaicans on top at the moment, Stephen, with 12.5 minutes to go.
Right, but just keep in mind, 4 seconds was the gap between... No, it was 3.5 seconds. My apologies. But my apologies. Kimani Eastman has lost out to the Brunian driver as Emanuelle moves up to P5 now. Chris Elliott there looking like he wants to make a move here this evening in the best finishing position as he goes around the outside of Shishon Falloon, and the two make contact here into turn one.
Oh, don't move. Oh, the two drivers going by. I thought maybe he was going to go back on the track, but he's going to the right. And heartbreak for Chris Elliott.
Still in the top 10 though to gain his first points of the season, but still...
Well, there's really only the top 10 left at this point, to be honest. Only 11 cars left on the racetrack.
Noted. But still, in the books, we won't remember that. We'll remember him coming in P10. So that's what matters here this evening.
That's true.
But
top 10 finish.
Right, there you go. Michael Thompson, though, still racing with DeVille Park. The two have been fighting it out for the entirety of this race, so they continue their battle on for the next few moments. But 11 minutes remaining, Mark. What a battle this has been.
Oh wow, this is just absolutely insane, all these crashes and stuff we've seen. I'm sure we haven't seen the half of it, but DeVille Park P7, that's really making me smile tonight, and heartbreak for Chris Elliott there, of course, and so we'll see how this finishes. It's Ryan and Perk that's really my two drivers of the day at the moment, because they're shocking me more than the top three at the front, who are, you know, always battling for the win. So that's my take.
Well, if I am being honest, Iman has been my driver of the day as well, because his battles have been absolutely epic. Daniel Velez as well has made his way into the conversation.
Thompson was really close there, excuse me, there on DeVille Park, looking for another overtake here into Canada Corner, and they're switching back, and is he going to go around the outside? He is going to make it look, and no, nearly sliding out as Perkins saved it, and wow, this is great battling now to the final corner, both of them trying to give the space, and I'm really liking that. They're not going into each other, they're not ignoring each other's presence. I like that. DeVille Park and Michael Thompson, wow.
Absolutely. 10 minutes to go is the warning.
Someone late into the pits, P7, Shishon Falloon taking a late pit stop. Wow. Less than 10 to go.
Maybe did some fuel saving there.
Could be.
Well, let's see
Chris Elliott Chris Elliott's coming in too, so maybe that was a strategy. Kimani Eastman a drive through for cutting. Oh no!
And that is
Not
heartbreak.
Kimani Eastman.
And that is absolute heartbreak because that will put him right in the middle of the battle between DeVille and
Oh.
Michael Thompson. So yes, it is heartbreak for Kimani. However, it is a
Oh, DeVille Park a drive through as well. Both of them.
And that ruins
Oh
that-
my
that
goodness.
ruins that battle.
So well then Eastman, it doesn't matter then, because Eastman nonetheless will stay ahead because of that.
No, well,
other
he has
drive-through.
Michael Thompson right behind. It's DeVille and Michael Thompson who are fighting. So Michael looks like
Yes.
he will be getting that position.
That position, yes, yes.
But I was hoping that that battle would put him right there on the background of this fight between these two, which would lend to some late night racing, late moments on the battlefield. But
I got you.
a little bit of tongue twisting tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a little break as we try and keep this race going.
People watching the stream are like, what are these guys on tonight?
You can clearly see that we've missed you, bro. That's all that's happening.
I think everyone nonetheless is happy to see the excitement back. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it looks like nonetheless now that for P1, Jaden Harrison, he has clearly taken this on Rohei Robinson at 7 seconds. But for the final step of the podium, Dominic Charles, this one, well, P2 and P3 might be interesting. There might still be a battle on for that. Who knows? It's not that big a gap.
No, and that gap has dropped, and the new fast slap does go to Emanuelle. Unfortunately, we lost out that battle between himself and Daniel Velez, but
To get a point, I think, yes?
no.
No points versus
No,
lap, I
we
think, eh?
followed the Formula One tactics, and it took out the fastest lap point.
That would have been any like consolation prize he could have gotten.
Well, at the moment, he definitely looks like he has my vote for driver of the day. He's been absolutely epic here this evening. In his first.
He may get mine as well. Honestly, looking at this race, I think we might both be in agreement.
Well, right now, Kimani has taken his drive-through, which promotes Michael Thompson into P6. Kimani Eastman 6 seconds behind, DeVille Park 15 behind him. So that battle now comes to a conclusion, unless some late dramatics.
Actually, Kimani Eastman's P7 now. Michael Thompson's P6.
I thought that's what I said.
I thought you said. Never mind. I think maybe that was my fault there. My bad.
Okay, no problem. That's
I thought you
fine.
said the other play. My brain is all over the place tonight. Anyway.
Same, no worries. Dominic Charles, though, 2 seconds behind Rohei Robinson. So eating into that gap, 6 minutes remaining, now under 2 seconds, 1.8. So is this going to be the last minute battle that we've been looking forward to? Roger Keller as well, coming to
maybe.
back of Chris Elliott at a rapid pace. So we might see
But
this
Dominic
overtake
Charles was
faster.
half a second quicker of Rohei Robinson the previous lap. Sorry, yeah. No, excuse me. He was 4/10 quicker the previous lap. So yeah, that might very well be a last lap battle for Dominic Charles.
Let's see, because that gap has increased back to 2 seconds. But while
Look at
we've
the
been
gap from
watching
P1
that,
to P2. 3
the,
cars in between Harrison and Rohei. Now, lap traffic.
right, and in that lap traffic, Roger Keller moves from it was P11, now moved up to P9 as Sashan took his pit stop, and Chris Elliott and Sashan will be racing and fighting it out for the foreseeable future here as they battle on. In the last
Everyone
5
be
minutes.
nice into the corner. Yes, everyone's doing well now. No shenanigans now into, what even is that corner? I'm going to look it up on the wiki quickly. You think if I was a professional commentator, I would know which corner number. Excuse me, turn 5. You don't want any shenanigans into there like we saw earlier. I really should know the corner name, shouldn't I? That would be... generally priority number 1. But you know what though, there aren't too many corner names on this circuit. Now you call it the Moraine sweep, headed down to turn 5, and then you just call it turn 5. The corner itself doesn't have a name.
Right, and we do rely on you for that track knowledge. Because trust me, I'm 10 times worse than you are. But
no.
that being said, I'm thinking, are those hard tires working now more for Dominic than Rohey Robinson? Because that 2-second gap has now dropped to 1.4 seconds, and Dominic Charles is aiming for that 1.5 times. So will he gain that position here this evening from the likes of the Jamaican in front of him? 1.4 seconds with 4 minutes remaining. Dominic Charles.
Nearly half a second per lap here. I mean, we'll see as they cross the line again, but it was a 2:19.092 last time for Rohey, a 2:18.623 for Dominic Charles. So I think this is very clear that the gap is going to shorten way up to the final lap here, and maybe the lap traffic ahead might play a role as well with Shoshone Falloon and Chris Elliott. Actually, it's happening right now. Look at this, into the corner. Oh, he gets by. Huge. That might be a big difference, because if Shoshone Falloon holds him up at turn 3, that might be the difference here. Well, it's happening now. Look, Stephen.
And unfortunately, we've seen in the past some very I don't want to say disappointing, yeah, where the drivers kind of end up
flashing the lights. Well, surely he should give the room here. Surely he should give the room on the left to pass and go into the corner. He's gonna try. No, wow, he's actually holding off, and that's on Dominic Charles. He should have taken the lunge and gone, and Shoshone Falloon left a lot of room. That is on Dominic Charles, and now he's missing out on the pace. Oh, big mistake.
Not sure exactly. I don't know if I saw that. Shoshone went.
He went to the right and he gave plenty of room.
Right.
The way you pass in that corner is you dive bomb into the left and you go and you take the inside. It's as simple as that. And he didn't do that. So that is completely on Dominic Charles for not taking, his lunge to stay on pace.
I don't know. From our point of view, I didn't see it. So I'll leave it until post race. But regardless, he will be hunting down the likes of Rohey Robinson.
Well, now he's Chris
1.6 seconds. Between him, he has one blue marker in front of him. They will continue this fight as you see Chris there immediately comes off. Well, no, he did not.
Yep, there he goes.
There you go.
Chris Elliott. Yeah, but look at the gap now. What is the gap? It's 1.6.
Right.
So I don't foresee it now because the lap traffic, he didn't take advantage of it. And what does Sean Heinhoff say? What does Heinhoff say on the IMSA races? He says, traffic taketh and traffic taketh away. John Heinhoff, excuse me. That is a classic quote there for that when it comes to lap traffic. It doesn't matter if it's other quicker cars, other classes, or if it's single class like this. It all works the same way.
Absolutely.
Yes, John Heinhoff, excuse me, I don't know why I messed up the name, but my brain is scattered tonight, and that was really wide by Dominic. Dominic's losing pace now.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Looks
it's
like
over.
He was later on the brakes. Yep. And that, we won't say it's over until the fat lady sings.
Wow, yeah, that's true.
But,
that's true.
Especially in sim racing. But it does look dim right now for the Trinidadian driver, who's done absolutely epic all race, take the lead, and then unfortunately for him, that pit stop, it's the second time that pit strategy has hurt him, so I'm sure we'll discuss that in the post-race stewarding to hear what his thoughts are. But right now, Jaden Harrison 20 seconds away. I believe we'll have one more lap of racing.
We get one more lap to go, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Because the time should elapse before he reaches. So yes, we'll have
one more lap.
He will
reach zero
well
well before he reaches the line. Absolutely. So one more lap to go. White flag this next time round here at Road America for this quite interesting, I should say, endurance race. Quite a bit to talk about and maybe some upset feelings from some of the drivers, but we're going to have to find out.
Absolutely, and there you have it, folks. This is the penultimate lap. Jaden Harrison has been leading his teammate by almost 8 seconds. Rohey Robinson, the George Russell of the JSRA, just knows how to put that car, where to put that car. Most respectful of this, George Russell is a top driver in Formula One, but just knows how to put that car where he needs to put it, and gets the most points every weekend that he can get. So huge, huge shout out to him, Mr. Robinson there in P2, 8 seconds behind. Dominic Charles right behind him, 3.7 seconds. Jaden Harrison comes around to start the final lap.
White flag indeed. You're absolutely right, Mr. Stephen Stewart, and he has clear air in front now. He passed Roger Keller. DeVille Park is well ahead of him, and so here we go for the final lap. Just don't mess it up, and that's it. You are home to the checkered flag. Shoshone Falloon, another drive-through for speeding. Just bad to worse for Shoshone Falloon after what we thought might have been a pretty good day, and then involved in the incidents, and just an unfortunate finish it will be for Falloon today. Yeah, this is a good race to Jaden Harrison, all things considered, including the safety car there. Had to do the restart with Dominic Charles hounding him, and the other Jamaican drivers as well. So this is really a nice performance from Jaden Harrison today, and just get it to the end, and that will be him once again in the lead of this championship by even more points now. He'll be almost in contention to clinch.
So Mark, just throwing this out there, but if you've noticed, Jaden is using the clutch into the corners for fuel saving. Now, I don't know if you remember Bonzo with Daniel Velez and Estefano Barrero with Rohey Robinson, but that 8-second gap has now dropped down to 7.2 seconds. Will this be the same dramatic finish, Mr. Ryu?
Jinx it.
I'm not jinxing it. I'm just saying, I am hearing the car go late into the corners without any sounds. That is the first sign.
Well, let's see. Let's see where he brakes. Really early. Yeah, you are correct. But let's see though. He's got lap traffic. First off, he can just let him go by.
I'm hearing him on the communications telling Roger Keller to go and get, maybe use him as the way to, right, especially as they come through the final corner.
He's not going with the final corner then. Is he going to have it? He's letting him go on the left. I don't know, man. Jaden Harrison to the line. I think he's got to go. Jaden Harrison wins in Road America by a hair.
The fat lady has sung. And as he said, Jaden Harrison takes the top step of the podium. Rohey Robinson right there in P2. Dominic Charles takes P3. What an absolutely epic race this has been in our special event here this evening.
You nearly jinxed it there, Stephen, but he did crawl it to the line, and a couple seconds gap by the end. Well done, Jaden Harrison.
Sorry, but Emanuelle has run out of gas though. He is rolling across the line.
Oh no! Ryan, though, he got plenty of gap to everyone else, so he is perfectly fine in P5. But Ryan, we have to say, he has done really well today, and he is probably my driver of the day, coming in the way he did.
I'm not sure if he actually did run out. Yep, I think he did. No.
Well, no, he did cross the line. I don't think he fully ran out.
No,
he did cross the line. He did cross the line.
So we'll definitely ask these drivers about those strategies.
Timoni nearly came up on Michael Thompson to the end, and they just crossed the line there. So that was kind of close to the end.
Wow.
And then just one more in DeVille Park to go really before 9 and 10, way back.
And there you see Rohey Robinson and Jaden Harrison have pulled over on the side because they've run out of gas right there.
Wow, right after the final few corners. Wow.
I believe it's only Jaden that may have run out, but we'll ask in the chat. But what an epic showcase this has been, Mark, and wow.
It's always lovely to see, especially with that lovely photo opportunity right there, all three of them. But We're hearing communications.
Absolutely.
I'll explain in a second.
And I'm gonna drag these drivers over in the cool down room. I think it would be fair to involve Mr. Ryan as special guest for this evening.
Absolutely. I was about to say that. Can we get Ryan an interview as well?
Absolutely. If you will take it, let's just drag them over quickly. I'll be right back to get you started in a moment's time.
I do want to get a photo of those drivers there, Jaden Harrison and such, on the side of the road. That's a good opportunity. And just fan-flipping-tastic. I am very proud of everyone today.
Please send me the pictures when you get a chance.
Absolutely, Stephen. I am taking them right now, and there's the two drivers together. Yes, I just got them in time as well before they left. Okay, we got it, Stephen. Wow. Okay, so who are we bringing in first today for our driver interviews? Sponsored by Ceramic Hair and all the other sponsors.
Alright, well, we're gonna join the cool down room first. Hold on 1 second, please.
And we do apologise for any of the stream cutouts today. I know we did have a few of those. We do apologise for that. Thankfully, we did get the last hour of the race all nice and clean. So, thank you, folks, for that.
Alright, Mark, so I'm going to join the cool down room as we prepare for the interviews. I'll just give the audience a little bit of insight into what the drivers experienced tonight. So I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Hey guys.
This should be pretty easy. Hey.
Oh, this one?
Yo.
How was it?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I know Jaden ran out of gas. Did you as well, Dominic? Well, Dominic, we have a lot of questions for you, sir.
Yeah.
Where's Rohe?
I don't know.
Give up. And throw away the win.
Up there, look.
Wayne.
There he is.
Okay, here he is. Alright, I open the cool down room to the public, so I'll just give you guys a minute to cool down. I wanted Iman in the room. I'm gonna try and see if we can get him in because he had a pretty awesome race as well.
Who's that?
Iman.
Iman.
Yeah.
You said fastest lap too.
Dominic, what happened in the pits?
Well, I'm still trying to figure that out because in practice, right? So I didn't get to practice at all before the practice session earlier. So I went into it and I did my refueling. I did it about 3 times just to make sure, you know, I knew where the pit line was, the pit box, and how long it'll take to fuel the car. Because, you know, I felt like I could do the whole race on one set of tires. And then I got set on my strategy because, you know, the fuel was filling really fast. So I asked in the chat, I was like, you know, y'all seeing this? Why is the car fueling so quickly? And nobody knew. So I said, well, all right, if that's how it is, then I'll run with that as a strategy in the race.
How much did you put? Like, how much fuel? How much
45.
did you start with and how much did you...
I started with 45 and then, well, I ended up putting less, like 32 or something like that, because of the safety car.
You switched tires?
That does
Nope.
make sense.
This
That does make sense. That makes
is
sense.
the final endurance, right?
No,
No,
that's
there's
the
one
last
more.
one.
There's one
So
more?
you took 32 liters in your pit box,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
That does make sense.
That would take longer
because
than starting
the
fuel.
fuel refueling time is 0.6 seconds a liter.
Then we have one more
not gonna
endurance.
change.
Right. But
That's
here's the
never gonna
problem.
change.
Usually, I know that's how it would work. But when I did the refueling in practice, it filled the full 45 in way less than it took in the race. That's the only reason I started on
That's making
45.
How much guys do you have in
think
your
so.
crew? Because maybe you're missing one more extra guy.
Alright, guys, we're going to
Lol.
start
I think
the interviews in a second, alright? We'll drag you over in a minute,
That
Dom.
sounds very fiery, Stephen.
Alright, we'll be back.
Wow.
were you watching the bar?
And ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit of insight into the drivers. You can hear it already, where the mess up with the pit strategy worked for Dominic. It seems as if in practice, it took longer than it did in the actual race for him to fuel, which is why he started on so much fuel. But yeah, we will begin with Dominic Childs, driver number 333 of Trinidad and Tobago. Followed by Rohit Robinson, who finished in P2, and Jaden Harrison in P1. I believe Mark will be the one taking the interviews here this evening, if he would
Sure,
like.
no problem. I'm more than happy to do that, Stephen. No problem.
All right, so I am going to drag Mr. Dominic Charles over now. We did want to have Mr. Rayan, but he's on F1 2025, so clearly enjoying himself there in his day of racing. But right now, Dominic Charles starts it off. He put on a rapid lap to start in P2, had a very epic battle between himself and Jaden Harrison for the majority of the race until that pit stop had the lead, took the lead from Jaden. After losing it, then took it back and then lost it in the pits. Driver number 333, Dominic Charles, can you hear us first of all?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Dom, I mean, I can already hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, would love to hear your thoughts. Firstly, on the battle between yourself. Well, before we even get there, on that final qualifying lap, we actually thought the qualifying was over, but then when we
That's right.
assumed that you passed the line after the time had elapsed, and then we just saw your time go up and it was a rapid put you there only I think a 10th up on Kadi Mohammed. Could you walk us through that qualifying lap?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
Was it legal?
Yeah, it was completely a normal lap. I made some mistakes. It should have been about 3 times quicker, but I realized, like during qualifying, I didn't know the strategy for the race, so I was more focused on trying to get acquainted with the car than actually putting down a quick lap. So, I mean, that was just a lucky good moment for me.
Well, Dominic, fantastic. It's great to see you once again, and it's been a while, but great to see you battling. Obviously, P5 into the championship coming into tonight, and I mean, obviously battling the likes of Jaden and Rohe. This is obviously a big moment for you, and so did you enjoy the race? And obviously that safety car gave you a second opportunity, but how did you enjoy Road America? It's such a great racetrack.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic track. I mean, honestly, anything is fun at Road America. These long straights give you a lot of chance to make passes with the draft and everything. But I mean, the race itself was really fun. I really enjoyed kind of coming into this without any idea of what to do and slowly finding my pace as we went along. And chasing down Jaden is always gonna be fun. When you have a driver that's similar in pace to you, although I think he's a little faster now, it's always good to try to chase.
We absolutely were similar. I can agree with that. But it's just in certain corners, I guess, maybe Jane was ever so slightly quicker. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you're in the podium positions, all three of you, you know that you are the quickest of all the bunch, and everyone knows who you are. So, yeah. I mean, but it's true though. Yeah. So, describe then the moment on that safety car, and we had to go for a restart. I know we were quite slow. I was literally the one driving the safety car today. So, did Did you think the restart went well for you, or no?
Yeah, honestly, it couldn't have been much better. Like, I didn't mind just sitting behind Jadon for most of the race because I thought, well, this could also be because I didn't practice much, but I thought that my pit strategy would have worked out. Because if he was on the mediums, I did not plan on changing tires for the whole race. I ran the hards from start to finish, the same set, and I thought, well, when I go to pit, refueling will just take a little time, and that would have been that. Boy, was I wrong.
Well, you know what though, you learn from any mistakes you get. So maybe we'll see a win next time out. Well, apparently we already have a win from you this tour number 2. So might we see another one of those? You are in line at least to finish round about the top 3 in the championship. So maybe we could see a strong finish in the season from you at these American tracks coming up.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't really drive the American tracks much, so it'll be a learning experience.
Well, you're gonna love Sebring, I can tell you that.
That's such a
Sebring's gonna
lie.
be lots of fun.
But just
If you like this track, you'll like Sebring as well because it will be first. Maybe a little more technical in sections, but yeah, if you've watched IMSA, you'll have seen Sebring's 12-hour, and it's lots of fun.
Oh yeah, especially those bumps in turn 1.
Oh yeah, respect the
it.
bumps.
That's all you need
Yes.
to worry about. But and the final corner. But anyways, Dom,
Yes.
huge congratulations nonetheless, brother. It was epic to watch you. It looked amazing up until the end with the strategy call. You look like you're catching up. This is my final question. Sorry to keep you, but you look like you're catching up to Rohir Robinson in the final moments up until he got into the blue flags. Any comments there in the final sections of the race?
Yeah, I could have, well, if I didn't have such used tires by the end of the race, I would have caught him because I was able to do low 18s pretty consistently with the hards up until they reached about halfway through their lifespan. So it was just really that I pushed too hard in the earlier parts and a little too hard as I came out the pit as well while the tires were cool. So yeah, I'll just try next time.
Well, brother, it was absolutely epic to have you. Always love to have you on track, and looking forward to seeing more of you, brother. And we'll see you next week as we head to Mid-Ohio for the sprint race.
Thanks a lot, guys, and happy to see Mark back in the commentary box as well.
Thank you, Dominic. I appreciate it.
All right, Dom. Have a good night.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, brother. And that was driver number 333. Now we have driver number 10, Mark, Mr. Rohir Robinson, who started this race in P4, finishes in P2 after a very dramatic start to this race, if I do say so myself. Then with the safety car restart, found himself in P3 and then had to chase down the likes and undercut, even chasing right behind his teammate for a very good duration of the race. Then saw his teammate jump into the pits. He followed suit in about 3 or 4 laps after. Mr. Rohir Robinson, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, well, could you walk us through first the first start of the race, especially with those battles? You lost a position, you gained a position, then you lost a position, and you gained a position. It was a little bit topsy-turvy. Could you walk us through the beginning of the race for you?
Yeah, I mean, started P4, which I was either expecting P2 to 4, nothing less than that, because I knew that Kadim and Dominic had the qualifying pace. But maybe I could have out-qualified them, but I didn't focus too much on that. I knew that I had a solid race setup. So I tried to start safe. Once I started safely, then I could take back the positions one by one. It didn't necessarily go according to plan. As you saw when I was making the first position back from Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we ended up in a little incident. We would have to review that part. But yeah, after that it was downhill because I made another mistake because of the incident before, and I saw like a train of cars about to pass.
Oh.
But I don't know, something happened with one of the drivers and he took out basically everyone. So I guess that was luck on my side.
Maybe not everyone, but a couple of drivers. Rohe, you have a little bit of history now of incidences with Luis Daniel Velez. Is there anything you want to say to him about all that?
I would say racing is racing. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I do need to review that race. But I think we were entitled to space, I guess, so we would have to investigate that.
Okay, there you go.
Daniel, hard racing. I really like racing with you. But we ended up in an incident, so let's review and see what should take place.
Okay, and well, we won't have Daniel Velez to reply today, but I'm sure he'll have some words as well. He always loves giving his opinions on things.
Sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Instigator back in action, ready to stir up drama in the final sections as Rohe Robinson, Dominic Childs, Jaden Harrison, and Daniel Velez are fighting for the top step of the podium in the points championship standings. But sorry to interrupt there, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mr. Instigator needs to ask some questions, but yeah, but yeah. So Rohe, but nonetheless, with those incidences, you were fighting for the win pretty much the whole time, and yeah, it was a good start. You and a couple of other drivers had great starts, and so I was really excited to see what would happen, and it looks like he just couldn't get enough in the end to go ahead of Jaden Harrison. But honestly, though, you are up there, second place in the championship. You've had some great results throughout this whole, real season. And so looking forward to what's upcoming with Sebring and Mid-Ohio. What do you think about the remaining American tracks to end off the season? How are you looking forward to it?
I really like Mid-Ohio. I think that track suits my driving style. I'm not sure if the Corolla will have an advantage there, but let's see what will take place. Sebring is my worst track. I hate that track with a passion. I don't like that track. So I think I'm going to do poorly there, unless my pit strategy can help me again today. But that will be my worst race of the season.
Do you not like Sebring because of the bumps, or why do you not like Sebring?
I think overall I haven't practiced that track. The track is a bit weird for my driving style. It's just flat. It's a flat track and I guess concrete surface, and it's very bumpy.
Very bumpy.
It's hard to actually figure out the driving line, the optimum driving line, but
well, that's the thing. There's multiple lines in some of those corners.
But my teammate is a pro at Sebring, so I'll be definitely seeking his advice on setup and track, how to drive the track, just to improve my standings there.
And one more thing about the livery, because I know you were driving the grey livery, and also you had the well, actually not the grey livery, you had the purple go-go car livery, and then Jaden had the grey livery. So you decided to go green and yellow, the lovely Jamaican flag colours. Lots of patriotism, I suppose, for both of you.
Yeah, usually Jaden and I would be fighting for the championship, but this time we're teammates. So unless we're at the top and no one is around, then we're going to fight. But if not, we're most likely going to work as a team to get our team 1-2, because we like to see the Jamaican colors first and second. It doesn't matter the order. So once we're 1-2, it's fine.
Oh, lovely. Oh, well, thank you so much, Rohe. Fantastic racing. Good
Well,
to have you
well,
back.
final question, Rohit, just quickly before you go. We know when the battle between Dominic and Jaden was going on, he saw the gap dropping down to as low as 1.2 seconds. Then well, based on the replay, it seems as if Jaden just dropped off the pace, and we'll ask him about it now. But you're hunting him down as the gap extended between Jaden and Dominic. But we just want to know your thoughts on your pit strategy. Did you think that that would have given you the opportunity to undercut? This is the second time for the season that an undercut has worked in your honor or in your favor, especially against Dominic Charles. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts there.
Yeah, I think the different strategy played a part today because Dominic was running the hards, Kadim as well. So I knew that once I started P4, then they should be struggling to keep up with Jaden. However, I realized that Kadim fell back as what I expected. But then, to my surprise, Dominic was still there. So I knew that maybe he probably didn't take as much fuel, which ended his strategy in the pits, I think. But my strategy was effective, I think. I made a mistake when Jaden caught me by surprise. He actually entered the pit first, which when I saw that happening, I couldn't follow him because I didn't calculate my fuel. So once I saw him going in the pits, I realized that, oh, my advantage is gone. So yeah, I just tried to tried to do consistent laps, but I really made a huge mistake on that lap when Jaden entered the pits. So I lost like 7 seconds because of that.
Well,
but
yeah.
I was still surprised to come out in front of Dominic, so I just tried to hold that 3 seconds as best as I could.
Well, man, congratulations nonetheless. Strategy well done. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you at the sprint race next week at Mid-Ohio.
All right, thank you.
Thank you too. And ladies and gentlemen, that was driver number 10, Mr. Rohit Robinson. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jaden Harrison. With the typical intros, every week you hear him with a new one. Welcome. After winning winning this race, my apologies. Epic qualifying, the only driver in the 17s, we should point that out as well. The man, the myth, the legend, hasn't put a foot wrong. Had that early tussle with Mr. Charles, my apologies. He took the lead from you, then you took it back, and then he took it again, and you won him in the pit strategy. Could you walk us through your race, please?
Well, I think it was an interesting race because talking to Dominic and Rohit, it seems like for example, I messed up the strategy of fuel saving on the medium instead of using the pace from the medium to try and pull ahead and offset the tires. So I kind of gave Dominic the advantage in the end. But Dominic also kind of messed up and not knowing the correct fueling time and took too much gas. And then Rohit missed his braking point and wrote off, so he couldn't even fight for the win. So I guess it's all luck. We all messed up. And yeah.
Absolutely. It was very interesting to watch, if I do say so myself. And very interesting to even hear the insights that everybody had their own mistake in their own form. But we did hear some fuel saving, extremely hard fuel saving. I even believe I heard you telling Rogers to go. I'm assuming you're trying to use him as a tow. And yeah, what were your thoughts on the final lap? Running out, I guess, because I'm assuming that's why you pulled off the track, because you couldn't make it back to the pits?
Yeah, so I finished the race at 0.1 liters, like right on the edge. I took like 6 liters of gas and just go and said, if I run out, that's just how it go, you know. Just pit and grab points in the back. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted Roger to go because I didn't want to lift, and then he runs into me. or like I run out on the line and he's behind me, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, I kind of had to fuel save on the last lap to make it. But yeah, I mean that's why you practice these things in the early stage of the race.
Absolutely. Sorry, Mark, I'll hand over to you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Jaden Harrison, congratulations on winning at Road America, one of the best racetracks in all of the United States. Well, maybe that's my opinion, but honestly, a very good drive on a very long track. And so first question, did you enjoy the race? And second question, how was that battle with your fellow countrymen and, of course, Dominic Charles for pretty much the whole race? So, how was it?
I mean, the race was pretty good, pretty fun. Like not as much drivers as before, but we still had our own little fight. I think it was kind of interesting to see the different tires at a close track with these tires because, like, um, like on the mediums, you get into the dirty air and then you start to understeer and then the tires overheat and then you just lose like a second per lap. So it was kind of interesting to fight with it, but yeah, I guess that made it fun. And yeah, I guess the tire, you'll see more tire strategy in the future, like not being able to fight and saving, making them cool.
Yeah, that's great. Did you think the safety car was beneficial to you, or did it hurt you in the long run? Because obviously, well, you were literally right behind me, but I could tell you were right on my rear. You were willing me to go. It's like speed up, speed up. I really want to keep my tires nice and hot because I saw you waving a ton as I was driving away right before the restart. So was it actually beneficial to you with your fuel in the end and the strategy?
The safety car was good because you got to save more fuel. Well, I think the reason why I was kind of running into you was I was trying to keep the clutch in so I didn't have to use any gas. So that was a huge fuel saving why I could take even 2 liters less than my teammate who was also fuel saving. So there's little things like that with the safety car is huge, and then you can also recharge the battery a little bit. So any safety car is huge, especially in the endurance.
Ah, I see. Well, that explains a lot then. We'll see what Stephen says in the future. I wouldn't be surprised to make a rule you cannot touch the safety car. But
This is America.
It is America.
it's freedom. You can do whatever you want.
That's crazy.
For now. Right. Well, Jaden, it's fantastic to have you at the top. And you think you've got this championship in now? I mean, you had a 20-point lead coming into tonight. Yeah, I think you've secured the big trophy.
No. I think because Dominic has used his drop race, so I think the points are kind of sus. Like he might look like he's in third or fourth, but he's right there. And he came third today. Rohe's on podiums as well, so I think it will be down to the last race.
Down to the last race. Wow. Well, I mean, there is still Mid-Ohio to go, so the result of that will really determine how it is. So maybe Mid-Ohio, if you prepare for it, Jaden, maybe you can avoid that situation altogether. Maybe we'll just watch and find out. Any more questions, Stephen, for Jaden?
No. I think my most interested one was the the fuel saving. But yeah, nonetheless, Jaden, it's as always, it's an absolute spectacle to have you here with us, brother. Love to see your battles, especially on Le Mans Ultimate. Everything that we've done in the past to this very moment to see you develop. Congratulations to you, sir. Looking forward to the closing out of the season and the future of the JSRA and seeing what we have in store and announcing what we've been planning and looking forward to seeing you again more in the interview room and the cool down room, hearing your insights and hearing the banter between you guys, especially hearing the dramatic the dramatics behind these whole strategies. I mean, we here thinking this is a foolproof, bulletproof plan that has been set from 2 days, 3 days ago. Turns out to be a little bit on the fly dynamic changes. So, yeah, huge congratulations to you, sir, and looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we close out the sprint series for Le Mans Ultimate.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, LMU, that should be a lot of fun, Jaden. Yeah, you should enjoy that race as well.
I don't think I will race that.
we'll see. You always said that. And in the
I'm
end,
doing
I think-
Nürburgring 24-hour tomorw morning.
Oh, well, then in that case, enjoy that.
yeah, but don't be
Yeah,
surprised
I
if you
think you
see
need
him.
some sleep, mate.
Don't be
Let's
surprised if you
see.
see this guy. He is the Jamaican Max Verstappen himself.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm looking for.
I don't know
Well,
if that's as much as a compliment these days, Stephen.
stop the cat. Anyways, Jaden, please put a plug in for your stream that you'll be showcasing tomorrow, and we'll post it on our social medias as well when you go live, to get as much persons getting an insight on you and your team heading into the Nürburgring 24.
Forgot the plug.
That's kind of crazy. It is JDVFX, if I'm not mistaken, and you can subscribe and like on his YouTube channel. And yeah, that being said, I think that closes out the stream for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jaden Harrison, driver number 604.
Thank you, Jaden, so much.
Yes.
Right, so that is the driver interviews for this evening's
I'm
race.
sorry, Mark, does Jaden have an outro?
Well, if he did, he didn't do it because he already left the room.
No, he did. He just played his outro. Anyways.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I talk over it? My apologies.
No, as soon as it finished, he left and you started speaking. So no, it was very clean, if I do say so myself.
Very clean. Oh, I had no idea. I'm going to pretend I knew what I was doing. Yes, so that is the driver interviews for this evening's race, round 6 at Road America. And can you please, Mr. Stephen, show the schedule for the next races? We still have a couple more to go over here in America. There is 8 rounds total in a CTCC season. Once again, this is season 2 or tour 2. Coming up round 7 on June 13th. That is literally next Friday. You can join us for Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. What a fantastic little racetrack that is. And IMSA still goes there with their Pilot Challenge series, so that's fantastic. And so watch some lovely racing on that circuit. And then the finale, June 20th, the final endurance race of this series will be at Sebring International. Sebring in Florida. 1.5 points for that as well. Another 1 hour endurance race to finish it all off. Will Jaden Harrison win the championship? That's what you can expect here on the JSRA YouTube and on Mercury 45's Twitch channel.
Absolutely. So I thought you were going to say something, so I stopped talking.
Oh, well, that was my spiel. Yeah, so, Stephen, any final words before we really end off for today? Because not much else on the agenda.
No, we are looking forward to tomorrow's evening's race. This has been absolutely epic, if I do say so myself. The battles were on point. The drivers were tooth and nail throughout the whole field. Even if we only had 14 drivers, the battles went straight from first all the way down to P14, all the way to the end of this race. And if you do want to take part in these events, we are excited to have you. So please feel free to give us a shout and reach out to us if you're interested. We'd love to have you on board with the racing. And yeah, that being said, I think that brings this stream to a conclusion. I've been your host, Mr. Stephen Stewart, and my co-host and safety car driver, Mr. Mr. Mark Ryu. Huge shout out to him and his Twitch following over at Mark Ryu 45 and our YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it looks like there's some glitch because it still stayed unlisted for YouTube. So
Yeah, YouTube I don't think ever really went through, but Twitch side had it pretty much the whole time with a couple of refreshes. So
right.
those on the Twitch, I hope you enjoyed. I know there's really only one guy in chat tonight, but on the YouTube side, well, you might be watching this VOD later, so thank you so very much for watching, and we're sorry that we couldn't get the live stream out to you.
Absolutely. There are a few drivers, persons watching, and a huge shout out to those loyal folks. But again, it is disappointing because we had such an amazing race, if I do say so myself, even with the new features of the driver cam. But
Yeah, that was cool.
I agree.
like that.
Even the replay feature. So I think we can look into bringing that back for the future. But yeah, that being said, it's been an amazing evening of racing, and I look forward to seeing you next week at Mid Ohio for the finale of the penultimate race of the Caribbean Touring Car Championship.
Don't forget driver of the day. Driver of the day. You have until tomorrow, I guess, right, Stephen? See who you choose for this race.
At this point, we are going to put it in. I don't think it makes sense to put it to the fans because I think it was only a handful of persons that watched it. So I think we'll do it based off of the commentators voting. But we will look.
Oh, sorry, folks, it's rigged. I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking.
If I do say so myself, Emanuelle was my driver of the day. He did not finish in the top
Oh yeah,
3, but
he was mine as well.
absolutely, he put on a show here this evening, and we're very excited to have him back. And actually just seeing him reply to our messages, so he didn't know that he was gonna be allowed into the cool down room or the racing room. But that being said, hopefully we will see him again back in the next 3 or 2 races coming up. But yeah, outside of that, I've enjoyed this race and I'm looking forward to what is to come. And hey, maybe we will just put a little vote out there for the.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair that we give the fans a vote if they watch the VOD, right? Because it will go public and they can watch the VOD and then they can make their own decision. Maybe give a bit more time than usual. That's my idea anyway.
All right, no problem. So we've heard it here, folks. So we'll release a VOD. We'll post the poll 2 days. So we'll start it for now for those who did get to watch it. And then we will post another one tomorrow, which will give us about 24 hours for all to view. So if you are watching this in the VOD, please feel free to go to our YouTube channel, check out our story at JSRA Official. That is JSRAOFFICIAL, and put in your vote for your driver of the day, who you thought put on the best show. We've shown so many different drivers. Michael Thompson did an epic battle there with Deville Park. We had Dominic, Jaden, and Rohey Robinson fighting it out for the podium. Strategy won for them in the long run, and wow, it was just an amazing feat, an amazing showcase here from these drivers. So even if the quantity didn't show this week, the quality definitely showed. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, and it was an absolute pleasure having alongside myself Mr. Mark Ryu, who has been absolutely epic here with us, and looking forward to him in the future joining us back at the JSRA and Mark Ryu 45. And that bids a good night from me.
Good night, folks.